Flippity piss.
Heck yeah, boys.
Peace.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Max on Deck. It is Wednesday. Today, our guest, first time in like 6 or 7 months, I think.
Really?
July.
It's been a while.
I thought
So
it was
longer.
longer than that.
9
Actually,
months.
no, you guys had me on
It was
when
July.
Blues was still running. Yeah. I think like the last week of July or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's been a while. Lots of things have happened since then.
Absolutely.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, the timing worked out because it was in group buy. Bliss was,
Yes.
and then now it's
now it's shipped. Well, it's still shipping because I think both you and Daily Clack have not received their orders, unfortunately.
That's getting there
Yeah. Yeah. Shipping is kind of crazy right now.
Yeah, shipping is a nightmare in itself. Some places are just, it's rough.
though.
But
yeah, rough times.
couldn't tell. Yesterday, Minterly.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Guys.
Fresh off a 24-hour stream this past weekend.
Oh yeah. I'm actually really excited for your guys' 24-hour stream. Just because I was like, I need to watch some other keyboard streamers suffer.
I like it. Yeah, guys, if you are interested, if you do !24, we have May 9th starting at noon Central Time. We'll be doing a 24-hour stream. Why? Because screw it, why not, right?
Yeah.
For the fun.
For the
For the
fun.
fun of it. They're
For the
so
memes.
fun.
Let's be real, for the memes.
How are you guys preparing?
Probably working a lot the Friday before and then not getting a lot of sleep.
That's
That's what we did last time.
Yeah.
sounds terrible.
Well, because last time I came over and we set everything up that night before.
Oh, you guys did it together.
Yes.
In person.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's such a cheat.
It is a cheat.
You gotta play to your strengths, okay? You know.
Well, you guys have two people, so you can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I saw a human in the background of your screen. Your screen.
True. That is true.
No, that's what I was even talking to my wife about that. About how I was like, yeah, it's. I couldn't imagine doing one where it was just me the whole time. Like,
yeah, I
having to keep
definitely had
things
to like
going.
pull into my high school and college all-nighter roots of like staying up studying and just go back into that mindset of like gotta do this right now. It was definitely really hard though.
Yeah, Jack Dunlop, do you guys think the Brutal 60 win keyless will be good? I hope so.
So, the brutal, the savage, and wrecked are all great values.
Yes.
Brought to you by Cannon Keys.
I still his 10 keyless board. He sent it to me to build, and I was like, "Can I keep it for a little while longer?" I'm actually using it right now. Don't tell him. Hopefully, he's not here yet.
We'll be sure to let him know.
Oh,
to
God.
remind you, of course, right? No, I'm kidding. Real quick, shout out to our sponsors, Dixie Mech Project Keyboards. Sorry, just blanked on SwitchMod. SwitchMod.net, Zap Cables, Type Beast, and of course, Cannon Keys. And then pick up a, thank you for the host, Minterly. There it is. And then make sure you guys go pick up a Rukia. It is in group buy right now. So if you use our code, it helps us out, gives us a little extra bump. Let's do some cooler stuff for this 24-hour stream that is happening soon.
Do you guys want to give away some alpacas?
Sure. Let's give away some alpacas.
I'll send it to you guys.
Yeet.
I have a lot.
That is a Y-E-E-T.
Yeet.
A yeet. So we'll talk more on the sponsors later, but first we've got we might need to update your Fast 4. Our friend Brez in the Discord and in chat, he's in the chat. I see it. Has made our fast four. So if you remember, we ask your top 4 of a bunch of different things. And so starting off, your top 4 favorite switches.
Okay. So I still like my 90-gram, 100-gram clickies. So those are speed navies that I mod with 100-gram or 90-gram springs. More recently, I've been building them with 90-gram because like the batch of springs that I got are from TX and they didn't carry 100, or maybe they still don't when I was ordering those. And then I also mod the click bar with 40-gram click bars, which is 10 grams heavier than aftermarket. I like alpacas. I'm mostly biased because they're cute. And they're like okay linears, whatever, like linears or whatever. I still like Zilio's V2, my favorite tactiles. And then 67 grams, that's very important. What is my 4th favorite switch? I don't know if I have a 4th. Those are like the top 3.
It's hard to get to a 4.
Yeah, because it's like one in each category, and then like, cool, I'm done. This is difficult. Maybe like
linears or whatever. Minterly 2020.
Don't at me, guys. I would say like T1s because they're like pretty good tactile switch that is like relatively affordable, and they have really good housings. I use their housings to make Phoenix switches. Well, with the Phoenix stems. So yeah, I'd say T1's very versatile. I'm actually ordering some thick films to try with the T1s because I hear they're really good. Do you guys know those?
I haven't heard of them, but I can imagine what they are based on the name.
Like PLA thick films that are supposed to be thicker than the TX films. I just ordered some today.
No, I actually went out of my way and got the
thin films.
The thin films, because I was like, I know that the thick, even the TX films have trouble in a lot of housings because they are so thick.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I have to like adjust like half the batch of switches that I'm doing with TX films. Because they don't like always sit right the first round through.
The next one will be your top 4 favorite key sets, and we're gonna exclude
my own
your own sets. So no Bliss and Eternal.
Okay. So recent new favorite is Vaporwave, because Ubas sent it to me to build with this devastating, and it's like actually gorgeous. Like I'm staring at it right now. It's beautiful. I'm not gonna show you guys on camera because this Logitech camera does not pick up colors. It probably just like blue or something. I like cat alphas, because cat, and it's the only cat set that I have right now. So hopefully that answer will change soon with more cats coming out. And do they have to have shipped?
No.
Okay. Bingsu is something that I'm looking very, very forward to. So hopefully that comes before the end of this year, given GMK shipping times right now. And SA Vile Bloom. I got it on the pre-order, not the group buy, so mine is like shipping soon, and I'm very, very excited for it. I actually saw it on display at Signature Plastics when I visited last year, and I was like, oh wow, I really need this. So yeah.
I imagine visiting a factory would be like heartbreaking to the wallet. You're like, oh, now that looks amazing.
Well, so BioBloom looks really pretty in photos, but it like looks 10 times prettier in person. Because before that, I was like, oh, these photos are so pretty. I think one of my friends got it and like was sharing it in Discord and stuff. And then I saw it in person and I was like, oh, okay, I need a round 2 right now. Bingstu
Nice.
gang, yes.
Yep. So next up's top 4 favorite keyboards.
I don't know if I can answer this question either. I just have all my keywords kind of like sit around. Okay, so J01 I had a lot of fun building that one. Sounds very different and feels very different from what I'm used to. Satisfaction. It also won the, what's it called again?
Mech Madness.
Mech Madness.
Yes. So got to give that one a shout out. Razor Huntsman TE. No. I don't even know what that is. Let's see. What else do I have? God, I can't remember things off the top of my head. Maybe I should have prepared for this.
It's okay.
this
Hey,
streaming.
off the cuff is better, right?
Yeah, it's just mostly going to be me thinking in silence.
Hmm.
Let's see. What are some of your favorite boards, just to give me some ideas?
Fiel, Austin, Baka 60.
Yeah, Baka.
Pretty impartial. To that one.
Power.
Oh, I haven't tried that one of those. Okay, so Clip.
Yep.
Clippa?
Cl-
I don't know how to
Clippa.
say it. I'm actually still a huge fan of that one. It's like one of the few boards I'm pretty sure I'm going to hold on to forever. Oh god. Other ones.
I think, if I remember correctly, one of your answers last time was the TMO 50.
Oh yeah. So I've actually sold that one and replaced it with the 45 ATS. But I'm a little biased because the guy who ran that is my friend. But let's just go with that. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Made it easy. Made it.
So Dutch Master, I did cut off the other headphone, and it is because I can't hear out of my other ear. And if we have time for story time later, I can tell if you guys are interested.
There will always be time for stories.
I'm interested now in
Right
that story.
now?
No, not right now.
Oh.
Not right now. Later.
Okay.
We can do it
we
later.
got
I'll
our
tell
last.
You guys got to stay around for the whole stream to
Exactly.
figure out what happened. Yeah, this is the bait.
It's the clickbait for the stream. So
Yep.
the
Just need to retitle this. What happened to Minterly's ear?
Debated.
So the last of the fast four will be, what is your top 4 favorite foods?
Oh, crab, sushi. Is sushi an entire category?
Yes.
Does that count?
Yeah.
Boba is not a food, but it is a food group for me.
It's a thing.
And can I also include ice cream as a food group, even though technically it's not?
Hey, it's
Yeah,
food.
you can.
You eat it with a
Alright.
utensil most of the time.
All right, cool. Those are my top 4 favorite foods. Barbagetti. Oh God.
That doesn't even sound
so
appetizing.
This is a thing that came up in my 24-hour stream where I was telling people how I like to make my spaghetti sauce with a 40-60 ratio of barbecue sauce and spaghetti sauce. And apparently I can't get rid of that following me everywhere.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds terrible. But
Really?
You know, I'm not gonna knock it
your
until
own.
I try it, but I also don't want to try it right now.
So the argument for it, even though it sounds really weird, is that the barbecue sauce gets rid of the tanginess of the tomato sauce that most out of the jar tomato sauce comes with. So if you guys are like a fan of like that tangy tomatoey flavor, I probably wouldn't recommend it, but it makes it like more sweet and creamy in terms
We
of
might
like
have to try
balanced
this on the
flavor-wise.
24-hour stream.
You should.
I'm gonna be real with you, Dave. I'm not eating that. That would be.
I'm for it, but
I'm gonna break the noodles in half first. and
Oh
then
my
do it.
god.
Oh my god. You should just cut them into 1 inch.
Yeah, 1-inch pieces. So they're nice and
Mhm.
biteable.
You know, it'll extend your stream. It'll give you something to do. You
I
need to fill
go-
that time in with something.
I go out of my way to find spaghetti sauce, pasta
That's
sauce
very tart.
that does not have sugar in it.
Okay. So
'Cause
you
I
would
don't
not
like
like
sweet.
it. Yeah. No. You would not like it. I like sugar a lot. If you can't tell by the fact that my one of the top 2 favorite food categories is boba and ice cream. Like full sugar boba too, not just like I want my tea half sweet. No. I want it 100% sugar.
You add more sugar
Yeah.
to it if possible.
Yeah.
Like,
Is there a 120 sugar option?
like my friend behind me is getting 50%. Can you just throw the other 50% into mine?
Yes, that's basically how
So-
I.
So if you like get your coffee, when someone's like, "Hey, how do you want your coffee?" You're one of those people. It's like, "Yeah, I want like 2 creamers and 9 sugars."
Yeah, pretty
is that you?
much. I mean, I don't really get coffee from like coffee stores. I usually get like a mocha or like a frap or something that's like coffee, but not really. So yeah, yeah,
Hey, it is what it is.
it's really
So
bad.
anyway, keyboards. We can talk about. There's plenty of time to talk about blowing out your ear and food
Oh
in
my
a
god.
little bit, but SA Bliss, I believe, still probably has the record for SA.
There
at
haven't
least row
really been
3.
a lot of SA sets running though recently.
Outside of SA Godspeed,
Yeah, but that's
I
Mido,
don't,
so
and so I don't know, and that's like not a new one. That's just a rerun. I can't really think. Did SA Laser run after?
No, that was before.
No, was that before?
That was before.
Not a whole lot of SA coming out, which is fine because SA does take a hot minute.
actually they've been doing okay in my
and
opinion,
they
because
seem
we
to do better
definitely
than
like
Bliss.
guesstimated later just to be safe, but they were very within their time frame of like when they said they would deliver, and then coronavirus hit. So I think like if things had not gone down the way they did, we might have gotten this set like in March.
Mm-hmm. Sale did run, yes, but yeah, that unfortunately slowed everything down. But yeah, that's within a year, which I mean, that's
Everyone was like meaning we're gonna get it in like 2200, like the future.
But I personally haven't seen it yet because I've only seen I did not get in on SA Bliss, but I also haven't had a chance to see anybody who has owned SA Bliss, which is unfortunate because it takes pictures beautifully. I've seen a lot of great pictures on Instagram.
Yes, except in warm lighting, which I warned somebody in my Discord about, and then they like posted a photo in like super warm lighting, and it kind of looks like dead skin, the peach color, the pinkish peach color looks like dead skin in warm lighting. So I'm gonna warn against anyone who has that set: do not take photos in warm lighting.
We've talked about it a lot before, but like I know Rensuya just had to battle some people on Instagram because the warm light, cold light, or cool light argument about how like yes, sets are just going to look different based on the type of lighting, and different colors are just going to come out strange. Like I have these 2 pictures of GMK camping where
Mhm.
one looks almost orange,
Yeah.
the white caps, and then the others look like WS1,
Yeah.
like bright white. And so it's I always refer to those 2 because it's just crazy how, people look at one picture and go, that's what it looks like in real life. Cool, I'm out.
Yeah, I think people are very quick to judge. I think this also happened with Bento when it first came out.
Mhm.
There was like one sample photo that was going around, and everyone was like, "Oh, that doesn't look like the renders." And they were doing like direct comparison photos of the render, like a snippet of the blue compared to like the photo. And like the more and more I work with colors, the more and more I hate colors, because I think Dixie did a thing on his story where he like walked out into the sun with it and then walked indoors, and my keycap set changed like 10 different colors in that range. And it's like if you expect a color to look the same outdoors and indoors under warm and cool lighting, which is like there is a huge range of light colors, then I think people are going to be deluded.
Yeah, absolutely.
Putting it nice.
And Bento is a set that like it doesn't in my opinion, it doesn't photograph well like basically ever because of the way that it looks, but it looks great in person. Like that's a set that like you look at in person, you're like, man, this looks great, but then you take a photo of it and you're like, wow, you can barely read those legends on the modifiers.
Yeah, so I think Vaporwave, which I have in front of me and did experiment with photos, like the first few photos I saw on Reddit, I was like, oh gosh, this is not like appealing in any way, shape, or form. So I didn't expect to like it so much. But I actually do color correct all my photos that I take, because my camera takes photos a lot warmer. So everything kind of just looks like poopy. And then I end up having to like go into the cool range adjusting the color temperature much cooler just to get it to like look more remotely to like what it looks like in real life. So, and then if you're taking photos like outside, like natural sunlight is much nicer and warmer, but not like ugly fluorescent warm. Then everything is just gonna look different. I don't know. I think people shouldn't expect things to be exactly render perfect.
Some of my best pictures I've taken are like walking outside, like laid on the ground on my patio,
I've done that
taking a
before.
picture,
Yes.
and you're just
so
like,
sunlight that is like filtered through something. So foggy days takes beautiful photos, or like I'm assuming if you were like not taking in bright, like underneath the sun, because usually that's like very overexposed. But if you have like a patio or a shaded area, and you can have the sun bouncing off some light colored surface, that also takes really nice photos.
golden hour. I wake up every day
Golden
at
hour.
4 a.m. I wake up every single morning bright and early just to get those.
Golden hour is
sweet
actually
pictures.
probably too warm for a lot of keyboard colors.
Yeah,
Unless
for
it was,
keyboards
like,
it is.
For something like
If for
unless it
like
was like a
skin, it's
modern
beautiful.
Dolce or like a very dark set, like it would be okay. But anything with white, it would look
like maybe
terrible.
nines will look good in golden
nines
hour,
would
I think. But it wouldn't like really look like nines. I think the beige would be brighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would look a little bit. It would make the beige look more white.
Definitely.
Need the silver hour.
That'd be cool. Isn't that like 2 a.m.?
I take all my pictures by moonlight.
Under the
Only on
light of the full moon, blessed
full
by
moon.
the lunar goddess.
Full moon, and it's got to be the exact same time. Only during lunar eclipses do I take.
Oh my
pictures.
god! How often does that happen?
Not often.
Yeah, not often.
So don't expect pictures from this guy for a hot minute. J Brandon 119, thank you for the follow, as well as Tefun. Teffy. Okay, thank you for the the backup.
Teflon.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually had so I've been friends with him for a while, and I didn't know how to say his name for like the first half of our friendship because I was like, Tefdavun, like how do you say your name?
We have a great guy in our Discord. Don't know how to pronounce his name. Met him in person multiple times. I just call him Taru now.
Oh, Tarson.
So, like one, that's 3 syllables. That's too long already.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm glad that SA Bliss, most people seem to be happy. And then the other thing is the Salvin caps came out amazing.
Yes. I'm very excited about those. I didn't think, well, he did provide like sample photos, but they're like very different from in person. And a lot of people have like been posting various photos of like using them in different builds. And I'm just like, every time I see more photos of it, I'm like, Salvin, do you want to do it again? Like, do you want to make more of these caps? Because they look so good and they're really heavy. So I have one with me. And I don't know if you guys have ever tried one of his like aluminum caps.
I've tried quite a few of his brass caps.
Oh.
We got the Bauer with the brass, all the brass caps.
Every single one of the caps was one of his brass caps.
Interesting. Okay,
bars.
so I don't have experience with the brass ones, but the aluminum ones with like his logo on it are very light. And I would maybe say that they're like comparable or even lighter than GMK caps, is like how finely milled they are. And I think this copper cap is like 5 times the weight. Like I don't think a Gateron yellow could return with it on.
That's why I've been against, like, the Rama caps look great, but then the Rama Enter that are on a lot of these, like
Are
Nautilus
they
has a
heavy?
Rama Enter. Well, I don't know exactly the weight, but they're going to be heavier, and a stabilized key is already going to be harder to return. And a very, for the unwoke people of the keyboard hobby, lighter the lighter spring users.
Oh yes, the unwoke. Wow, hot takes. Hot takes.
Hey,
Somebody
man,
should clip that.
Absolutely, man. If it is below 70 grams, I'm out.
Oh my god.
So
wait, so even for tactiles, you prefer heavier? Are you the one who prefers like the 78 grams Helio?
that is me.
Oh god.
And Osiris as well.
Yep.
I'm making
Wow.
Zycos with 89 gram springs, and I cannot.
Oh,
It's gonna be amazing.
Interesting.
Because the bump, while it's slightly smaller, because the bump is already so big, it just feels like a really heavy Zelio, but sounds better.
I'd probably be very interested in trying one of those.
Could probably make them.
Yeah,
Not that hard. Well, I don't know how many holy pandas you have laying around, but
I have quite a few for Master Up.
well, those will work.
So...
It's just a Zelio bottom, and a holy panda, or a panda top and a halo stem.
Ooh.
And
Okay,
the
but
issue,
I need you have a 89 gram spring.
yeah, that's for the next one. The ones that I'm using right now are 78s.
89 is such a random number.
I think it's
ask
the
novel
keys.
keys, man. He released the most random numbered springs. I was like, you know what? Screw
Mike is
it.
just like, let's not do 90. Let's do 89.
89.
Well, I
That
think
is so random.
I think what happened is it was just like the situation Chewy had with KBD fan springs, where he had ordered them thinking that they were in
80.
in bottom out force, but the forces that he was given was an actuation, and so it ended up being a lot more.
Yep. So I got used to the. So I ordered 80 gram cherry MX springs.
Yeah, it's really weird when different places have different like actuation versus actual gram weight of like entire all the way bottom out, and it's hard to tell what's what now.
Yeah, so I had these on linears, and I was like, this board is amazing. And then I built inks with 85 gram TX springs.
Oh.
And I started typing on them, and I was like, this isn't as heavy as the other board though. And I went and then I did like the press test, and I was like, no, that is clearly. So I went and measured it, and I was like, oh, this is 103. And then I looked, I was like, oh shit, I'm stupid. It's cherry.
Oh, wow.
They don't measure by bottom out force.
Yeah,
So
that's
I've been
crazy. So you were
using,
using like 100 gram springs unwittingly.
Yep.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like,
They felt and sounded great.
they felt amazing.
I mean, I am a heavy Switch advocate, so nothing wrong with that.
Want to build a second keyboard? Do you think acrylic is the way to go? I have nothing against acrylic keyboards. I think
Acrylic is very affordable too.
It's affordable, and if you can get, like, I know SM Keebs makes like acrylic boards with like metal plates, so you can still get like the same feel for the most part for like half the price.
Yeah.
Plus, you can get something cool colored. Like if you can get something from Clavier, will be
Okay, but he's like really hard to get stuff from. I have to like bug him a lot and be like,
it's true.
please. I think I begged him for like a year before he finally let me buy something, and I'm like, thank you.
Cypher gonna try first. Yeah, dude, they're fun. They're fun boards because it kind of takes you away from the whole like everything needs to be metal and everything needs to be 35 pounds and all this.
Okay, but I like metal 35-pound boards.
Oh, absolutely. There's
one reason why I don't really like polycarb is because of how light they are, and they kind of feel like toys to me, and I'm worried that like I'll spaz and like accidentally knock my keyboard flying off my desk or something.
Yeah, I just picked up my first polycarb board, and while it has a really fat brass, the Singa. I found the Singa.
Oh, wow. How much was that?
Yes. But it's funny how it's like light, but I mean, it's still kind of bottom heavy, but I'm like, this is bigger than most boards. That this is like bigger than most boards that I have, but probably half the weight.
Yeah. It's really weird. I think I built a Nox array with a weight, and it like kind of redeemed polycarb for me because it was pretty, but the weight made it feel like a keyboard and not a toy. Mm-hmm. But I like built a full PCE 6.5, and the like badge weight for that was not as chunky, and I was just like, oh, this makes me not want a PC board ever.
Was that the one at NorCal? Because we were at NorCal together, if you remember.
Yes. I think
there was the table with
Osiris was Jay. And then I
You
was
did.
like, wait, Jay's in Europe. This is weird.
They do look similar.
Except for I'm like a foot taller than him.
All right, cool.
Not quite, but close.
But there was, I think it was either a Think 6.5 or an E65 and in polycarb, and had Holy Pandas in it. And I was like, this is one of the best sounding boards I've ever typed on. And that's kind of when I was like, you know what? I'll eventually get a polycarb board and put Holy Pandas in it, because for whatever reason, polycarb with Holy Pandas just sounds beautiful.
I do not recall such a board. I don't really remember much.
I can find a picture of it right now.
It might have been. I think that might have been Luke's board.
Maybe.
Oh, it's probably the Think then.
Yeah. I
Wait,
think
was
the
it?
Think.
It wasn't clear polycarb, right? I think he has the matte black one.
I'm looking it up right now.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Pandas are actually surprisingly loud. Like, people are like, oh, clicking switches are so loud and so annoying. And I'm like, have you ever heard Holy Pandas with the brass plate? Because I think you got a second thing coming.
I mean, that's Chewy and I were having the conversation earlier today, just talking about how, especially for him, he's more into sound rather than he wants it to feel good, but it's more about sound.
Me too, actually. That's one reason why I like alpacas over inks, because I think inks sound scratchier.
Mhm.
And I'm not 100% sure exactly the physics behind it, but probably material. But yeah, that's why I'm like, so if you mind a little wobbliness, I would recommend alpacas, because I think they sound nicer.
I need to get some, because I'm looking for something. Like, I'm really excited for these blueberry switches coming out.
Ooh, yes, I heard about that.
I think the sound profile is going to be really nice. And like Zelios have just kind of fallen off. Like,
Really?
I can't do the sound.
They just don't sound very good.
I love the way they feel, but the sound is just not there for me. And,
I haven't typed onto my Zelios in a while, so I'm actually planning on like redoing a build with those. So maybe
you should make Zycos. Just
oh man, that's one expensive switch.
Hey, worth it.
Like $250 per switch ish.
Depends on when you get the stuff.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah. Like on the higher end, it's like $250. On the lower end, it may be like $190. Yeah, that's still expensive.
Yeah, it's an expensive switch.
It's not an every board switch, but
yeah,
definitely recommend.
Okay, but I do need. I'm actually so sorry. I'm going off on a tangent, but the iron is shipping soon, and I do need a switch for that. So maybe I should.
There you go.
There
you go. And you know, Luke, one of Luke's favorite switches is a Zyco.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Oh, cool.
It's actually, I have everything to thank with IMEURU, because at NorCal, like I've been typing on this board, and I showed Eric, and I was like, I think I might be onto something with this switch. But most people are not going to go, yeah, sure, let's take $2 switches and put them together and then get rid of the rest, because you can't use the other halves.
Yeah.
And I showed it to IMEURU, and he was just like, holy fuck, like he couldn't get enough. Yeah. So he literally like went home and like the following week made a board, and then he went to the SoCal meetup and showed everybody. So I have
made it
him
a thing.
to thank. So yeah, he, I guess, worked his magic on everybody else, and then that kind of took off.
He paid the sacrifice.
He did.
He had it in his Rukia, his round one Rukia, which at that time was like brand new, and a lot of people still didn't have theirs, so they wanted to try that out. And then the Zycos on top of it, it was like, yeah, here's
Zycos.
Zycos.
He like sneakily sold the Zycos through like the hype of the Rukia.
Pretty much, yes.
That's very smart.
I have him to thank for any and all hype of Zycos, because it's hard to convince people to, hey, it's a switch that you're going to get a lot of failures. And
oh, do you get failures? Actually, can you like inform about this process so that I cannot fuck up when I'm making these switches?
I could do it really quick, but then I could type one out for you as well later.
Okay. TLDR.
Basically, the Gatoron housings, their pins are not in place. They can slide out, which is why you can just remove the leaf on like inks and stuff, right?
Yes.
So to counteract that, the top part of the housing has these little blockers in it. So when the housing on the top part of the Zelio has these blockers, and when it closes down, it will prevent the leaf from moving. Okay, so pandas don't have that because they're just like welded into the bottom.
Yeah.
So the issue is when you put the panda top on, there's nothing to prevent the stem from going up.
The leaf.
For the leaf from going in. And so if you push the leaf in, if you push the other pin in, it will bend the leaf and ruin it and turn it into a linear. So yeah.
So basically,
cool. So I'm gonna be very, very careful.
Very careful.
So basically, whenever you would normally just bend a pin, instead of just bending a pin, you just break a switch.
You just break a Zelio, which are $1 a switch. So.
Yeah, that sounds like a thing I should not. Oh gosh. Okay, cool. That's good to know. This is.
And then if you don't clamp the housings together tight enough, they'll explode.
Yeah.
But don't worry, they're amazing switches.
It is
great selling point. Yeah.
It is better to use if you have some Zelios that have been desoldered. That does help.
Yes.
So somebody just asked, why not like bop the bottom with your soldering iron?
Yeah,
you could.
You could do
absolutely
that.
Could.
I actually, my Zelios are desoldered because
so you're good.
Stuff,
like,
yeah, because they still have a little bit of solder that prevents it from moving up.
I might just like solder in the leaf and every single one just in case.
Solder in the bottom and then build it.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
So you basically build the board, but with just the bottoms. That would be pretty fun.
And then you like put the top in after.
Yeah.
It's like,
but then if you fuck it up, then you have to like desolder and redo it all over again. Sounds like a pain.
And there's the IMEURU. What he does is he puts them all on the plate and then he puts the PCB on.
I do that too.
Yeah. So that he did it that way, and I think he went. I don't think he had a failure.
Oh.
So I think he.
Okay, I'll ask him what his success method was.
Yeah.
Because I'm very interested in building these.
Yeah, they're great switches. All bump.
I like the bump.
Starts
literally, there's no pre-travel, no post-travel. It's.
Yeah, so the thing I don't like about Holy Pandas actually is the pre-travel. I don't like that. And then the 78 gram Zelios I don't like because the heaviness like cancels out the bump. So I think this is like maybe my new favorite tactile if I can make them correctly.
Zyko build infographic. We need one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let someone up.
You need to make one. Because Zykos feel closer to a Holy Panda. They're like in between.
They're like not as that like you're jumping off a cliff kind of.
So Holy Pandas have that like bigger bump, where
Yeah.
Zelios have that longer drawn out one.
This is
It's
like in
basically it's bigger and longer at the same time.
It's like a less sharp.
What she said. Sorry. Channel up.
But the other thing there, so no, you're totally fine. So you could just do like Holy Zeals, right? But the reason you have the top on, the Yak top, is it sounds 10 times better. Which that was the whole reason I was trying to make, is I was trying to see if I could make Zelios sound better.
Yeah, that does make sense. I appreciate that though. I definitely, in terms of feel to sound, I'm probably like, I want to say like 65 sound. I can definitely put up with some wobbliness or weird feeling as long as it like makes the board sound amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like switches have gotten so good at this point that the feel differences between a lot of like the
10,000
hired,
yeah.
Like I mean, a lot of the switches are pretty similar and they feel good, right? So the sound is what kind of takes it over the top, and then there's other like little factors.
Definitely.
So it's
definitely.
like I think
it's cool though that like there's so many switch options.
Oh, for sure.
I've been in the hobby, which is honestly not even that long, and people are like, "Why do you?" I don't know. I think like some people are like, "Why do we need like 10,000 different linear switches?" And it's like, why not? You can have the option to do whatever you want, and people can like make Franken switches and make cool things. So sounds.
So when I made Pacos, I took the stem from a cream and put them in an MX housing, and I remember really liking those switches
I've heard
like
that.
quite a lot.
I think Nathan Kim has a Paco sound test. That sounds
Yeah.
really good.
That's where I got the idea
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Switches are fine. They sound good. They're just the bump's not crazy.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of an expensive switch, but once the blueberries
At
are
least
kind
it's
of
not-
there to replace that.
Oh, is that what they are?
It's a cream.
Yeah.
It's like a cream housing with a tactile stem.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
But I think the bump's a little bit bigger. I
Yeah.
think it's a bigger bump than what you would get with the Pacos.
That's actually really cool. Tactile cream, epic.
Epic.
I think
Epic.
not a lot of people have
Yeah.
tried those, right?
No, I think Nathan's the only one that's had
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
He had
And
the
then-
pre-production ones. But hopefully they're coming out soon. They said late April to May.
So today and tomorrow.
So like
So like in the next couple weeks,
yeah. Wait, today and tomorrow. Oh yeah, it's almost.
It's almost May.
Oh god, it's
It's
almost.
Tomorrow's
gonna be
Justin
May.
Timberlake Day.
Oh no. Have we actually really been in quarantine for like the past
They
month?
go on sale tomorrow morning. Maybe.
Do they really? Did they?
If they do, then I'm going to be hitting F5 all morning. on
9 a.m.
Nokia.
PS
Let's see.
for
Nokia
blueberries?
Blueberry.
Interesting. It might have gone out on their newsletter. I haven't checked my email. Yes.
Coming
Hell
soon.
yeah.
Oh man,
We gotta have
those
our
Mac
Best
fingers ready.
pandemic ever.
we gotta have our we have a Discord channel for all of our Texas people. We order like we're gonna order like 1,000 of these switches.
Ooh.
So by
How
the way,
many quantity do you think Keys will have?
I would assume a ton.
if he's if he is as smart as I know he is,
Probably a
over
lot.
20 in between 20 and 30,000.
I feel like that can still sell out very quickly.
And it'll
Yeah.
probably be up for about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well,
So
hopefully,
not-
hopefully you guys are managed to snag some.
Yeah, I'm regardless of the group, I'm gonna try and get some.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
luckily
It's like,
9
sorry, I
a.m.
want to support you guys, but I gotta watch out for myself first.
exactly.
I mean,
Oh,
9
man.
a.m. Pacific is not that early for us. So
Oh, that's
11.
not. That's
That's
not.
11.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely be up. The no, but like it's nice. There's like 8 of us in
Yeah.
Dallas. That
Something
so
like that.
whenever it's like, hey, let's do a big, like we did a big stab order. So we ordered like 60 stabs or something.
Oh
like that.
wow.
It just saves on shipping.
Yeah,
so.
that's
Got my
really
alarm,
cool.
so I need to set my alarm as well. So you did a 24-hour stream.
Yep. Yep. That was this last weekend.
Regrets? Anything?
Actually, it went
We'll start with regrets, and then we'll move into.
a lot better than I thought. The only thing I regret is so I ran a lot of giveaways.
Mhm.
And I've never really done giveaways on like that scale before. And I wish that I had kept it more organized. So like what I found myself doing the day or two or up until today after was like dealing with like shipping and like manually creating orders so that I could like buy the shipping labels, and like I forgot to ask people for their email addresses and like didn't get their names half the time, so I had to put like user whatever from Twitch, and I'm like, hopefully UPS does not think that this is like a weird person's name and like actually sends it. So definitely learned from that, and like wished I was more organized, because one thing that I was like very worried about was like having too much downtime during the stream, because I'm pretty new to Twitch still, and I think I don't know things about the community, but people were like surprisingly supportive and like stuck around even when I had to like walk around my house for a break and like was not sitting down for the entire 24 hours. And I think like before going into it, I was like, oh God, if I have like 2 seconds of downtime, then everyone's gonna like stop watching me and get bored, because like who the fuck in their right mind is gonna stick around for a 24-hour stream? So I wish I'd like slowed down and like been more organized. But like things I did during the stream wise, I don't really have that many regrets. Although I probably won't do one anytime soon because it was it's a process. Like I'm sure you guys know, it's a process.
Yeah, it's there's the whole scheduling aspect, then like, you know, trying to figure out giveaways, getting in contact with people, seeing about what you can get, what to give away, making sure you have enough builds if you're going to do a ton of builds, and trying to figure out the dead space. That like 3 a.m. to like 6 a.m. time is
it's brutal.
That's the
so I'm pretty sure
spot.
I lubed switches and stabilizers for like a good 20 hours of the stream. Like not even I'm pretty sure most of my stream was just lubing because Uba sent me 2 of his builds, and this like probably saved the stream from being really boring. He sent 2 of his builds the week before, and I was gonna do one of the builds on Wednesday, but I was like, okay, no, I can save this and I can get like a good 5 hours out of this build maybe. And so I ended up building 3 keyboards during the stream, and that's basically all I did. So having those things planned out definitely helped not have dead time. Yeah. Yeah,
I think when we did our first stream, I think we built what, 4 boards total?
4.
Oh wow.
Yeah, if we did 4 boards and then cables. And
oh wow. Yeah, you got a lot more done than I did.
Well,
there's 2
we
of
didn't
us.
lube. We didn't lube switches either.
Oh, I see. Okay.
See, and I'm contemplating like, do I just like have them ready to go, like have the switches ready to go, or do I lube during some time?
I say if you need to fill in the space, just lube those switches.
I mean, you can like, because I'll be building a build. You can lube while I'm building, so then you're actually doing something, and you're not just like sitting there.
Yeah. Just save it off of the stream.
Exactly.
So
but no, it's, you know, it's scheduling that's always a weird thing because you want to like last time we overscheduled, and then there were things like I just remember we were just like, God, we wish we had done this longer. We would done this, but we made it so airtight that instead of like just kind of going with the flow of something, stuff kind of would come to a grinding halt, and then it was just like
I see. So I actually didn't schedule, I think, anything. I more had a list of things. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna do these things, and then if I run out of these things, then I'm gonna do these things. And I never got through the ran out of things. But I had some other things planned that I kind of like forgot about. So I was like prepared to play Animal Crossing. I was prepared to like try using my synth to like get into artisan sculpting. So I just had like a casual list of things that would take more than 24 hours to finish. And then I kind of just like pick and chose what to do, which ended up being lubing for some godforsaken reason, but it worked out. So yeah. I considered making a schedule, but like I think I was worried about not being able to follow it. Because sometimes, like you guys know with builds, and even Apiary was talking about this a couple weeks ago, like you never know how long a build is going to take, and sometimes things will go wrong. So I just allot like 4 to 6 hours for a build and then see how it goes from there.
I built the Austin in 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it took me 3 hours to build a 60% before. So
yeah. So you literally never know.
Sometimes you just are on it and everything works, and sometimes it's I don't take as much time as Captain takes an hour and a half to lube his stabs, Osiris.
Hey, listen, you got to enjoy it, all right? You know, it's not just building, it's about creating a little bit of a performance for the chat and the viewers. Art. You know, you got to interact, you got to be there, you got to talk to them, and you got to make sure it goes well. So
yeah, I think also I like definitely slowed down the lubing process and like paid a lot more attention to chat than if during one of my regular builds. So I was like, you know, I have all 24 hours anyways. Like I gotta kill time somehow. So I definitely took maybe like twice as long to do everything, except maybe soldering because you can't really slow that down. But yeah, it was
artisanal slow soldering.
Yeah, right. So what would you do? Like, what would you do different?
Burn every single socket. Probably get around to doing more things. now that I know, so I like spoke to, do you guys know Tasachka? She's kind of in the 40s community. Okay, so she's another streamer that I met in the 40s community, and she like is more into ergo and small keyboards and not super like hardcore into the community, so maybe that's why you guys don't know her, but she's a pretty big like streamer like games and stuff. And she was telling me that like for 24-hour streams, usually a lot of people hang out just to like see if you can do it and like for the moral support. And I was mostly worried about like I said earlier, like, oh, no one's gonna want to watch my stream because it's gonna be so boring, and I didn't want to like do something that might not be what people who normally watch me for stuff would want to watch. But I would definitely like try new things because I think people are just generally more supportive during a 24-hour stream. So I would like have actually done like arts and sculpting, or like Jay has been doing like Legos. I think that would be fun thing to do. It's like mindless enough that you have an action to do, but like you don't have to think too hard. So I think like, you know, like doing a puzzle or like doing a Lego, like doing other things would be like a cool time to introduce new things that don't make you go crazy.
Listen, Brez,
Yeah.
I finished before Brian on that stream, so and he did not. Wow, he did not even have a plate. So
Oh my god!
I built my Bower before he built his, or was it my Bower?
No,
it might have been.
Baka.
It was the Baka. Yeah, I built my Baka before he built
Wait, did
his
you guys
IDP
race?
60. No, it wasn't a
did you
race.
just
It was just like
build at
hanging
the same
out.
time?
Yeah, it was just
okay.
hanging out in a Discord call. While we were both streaming and having a good time, and I beat Brian, just like we beat Top Clack
The
in
one time.
yeah.
Sorry, I don't know how slowly you.
When
Are y'all gonna build a race? I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do. Because, well,
we have been talking about it. It's the practice 60. We've been talking about doing like a big build race between a bunch of different streamers.
Lubing or no lubing involved, because that definitely would affect.
Well, it's a practice 60, so I don't know how much effort you want to put into the switches when
That's
yeah,
true.
the
no
actual
lubing.
PCB is the hardest part.
Yeah, because you gotta.
Oh, actually,
with the
I did that.
microcontroller.
The SMD stuff was fun. I think I was very sweaty during the time I was trying to build my practice 60 because I was like, oh god, I can't see what I'm doing. Let's go. I'm in. Hey, I
What's
guess
up, Stash?
definitely something people would be interested in doing. That'd be really entertaining. I don't know if I want to participate, but I definitely want to watch.
I want to watch you fail. So there's Teshka, but we have Osiris and I met today for like a solid hour and a half
To plan your
to
24
plan
hours.
our stuff, as well as it's
Ooh.
because I like making schedules and we like having because giveaways can be tough if you have multiple ones. People like to know when the giveaways happen, at least
Yeah,
at
definitely.
some point.
I
And
was
so
like,
it's-
people are like, when are your giveaways gonna happen? I'm like, when I want them to. Just chill and stick around. But yeah, definitely, like people want to know.
Yeah, so like we've got some that we're gonna be like, oh, you know, certain mark, certain time or whatever, and then some that's like, hey, of course, when X person comes on and X person made product Y, then yes, we'll give that away. We're not gonna like randomly give stuff away.
Yeah.
But I guess small announcement. I'm excited for this. I need to order it. I'm probably gonna order it tonight. We have a goal where I'm going to be dyeing my hair if we hit said goal.
Ooh, what color?
Yeah, that's what I
I'm
know.
so for this. For this.
I'm thinking like turquoise.
Ooh.
Like try and get as close to like the Mex on Deck mint as possible.
Yes.
See, if I did purple, then I'd look like Nat, and that's nothing wrong with looking like Nat, but I got not.
You would also kind of look like Gasp.
Yeah,
because I think she had purple hair for a while. But purple is like a universally flattering hair color, in my opinion. So if you do feel like you don't really want to take the risk, because I think greenish, turquoise-ish is kind of hard. Because if you go too green, you have a risk of looking a little funny.
That's fine. I don't care how I look.
He doesn't have to do anything until August, so
yeah. I'm in education. School's closed until August. So,
Okay.
Talisman Solutions, thank you for the gifted sub to Minterly. Delphin, we will announce that soon. But I love that I was like, yeah, we're gonna like have some sort of mark to dye my hair. Delphin's like, let's do it. What do we gotta do?
You should actually do a thing where
I did
to
think
hit
about
a
white or
mark,
silver.
to hit a mark, to dye the hair, to hit another mark, then people can do a poll to choose a color. That would be cool.
See, I would love to do that, but then that would require buying like 4 different colors.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
so
the
you were
problem.
gonna do it on the spot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally, it was gonna be like, all right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take a diet real quick while Eric takes over for a while,
Oh wow.
and then come back and.
Well,
with
that would
my
actually
new
be
hair.
wild.
Yeah,
white would be fun.
So are you planning on bleaching your hair before or just dyeing it over?
Just dyeing it over.
Oh, okay.
It might not work out great, but I'm
That's kind of a cop out though.
no. So here's my you can
She just got called out. She
No,
called
I
you out
absolutely will.
instantly.
So here's what I will say, because don't worry, I will fulfill the full need of getting everything, including the roots. I'm not doing this like dip my hair in bullshit. No, I'm going to do what I can on stream.
Uh-huh.
Because obviously I am limited with time. 24 hours is a long time, but I will complete the job either at another time on stream if we hit it early enough, or the next day. And I have to be able to fulfill this because I will eventually be back on camera within the next 3 to 4 days. So you can mark my words. It will be as green as I can possibly get it. Or turquoise or bright red.
I don't
or
think
white
it
or
will
whatever.
be that green.
Oh,
Your
it
hair
won't,
is
but-
like a lot lighter than mine, but it's still like not within that light range to show color. You might just have like a green like tinge. So I think if you do want to get like pastel colors, basically is what you're aiming for, you're gonna have to bleach it.
Hey, we could bleach your hair, Chewy.
I can bleach it. I don't give a shit, dude. I don't have to look. I don't
Dude.
have to look professional.
You know what? We'll
But
just
I
dump,
also-
just dump
I
a whole
also
bottle
really-
of sun in on your
Yeah,
hair,
exactly.
like this weekend,
I did
and
that
just
a
hang
long
out
time
outside. And it okay.
I do like the idea of white though. White would be fun.
White
would
would
be
be
fun.
very hard. White is like to the point where your hair might fall out, but you can't let it fall out.
Well, obviously, I can't let my hair fall.
Because then there wouldn't be anything to pick up color. But yeah, it's pretty hard to get like very, very, very light colors. It's like very hard on your hair. And you should look into, if you do end up bleaching your hair, please look into Olaplex. It is
Just
a lifesaver
message
for
that
hair.
to me.
I will give you the details because I actually just redid this at the start of quarantine. I've had like overgrown roots for like over a year. But yeah, I have some concerns for your hair. I'm worried.
You're
If you
worried
do
for my
bleach it.
hair.
Yes.
No, we'll figure it out.
it's funny because when Chewy, when you told me about this earlier, I was like, well, what? I feel bad if Chewy dyes his hair. I got to do something too. And I was
You
like, what
should.
could I do? I
I'm
don't
all
know
for
if-
it.
I don't know if I'm gonna dye my hair. Although I don't plan on going back to work probably until July or August as well. But
What if you dye your beard? Because then you can just shave it off.
I was thinking of like, what if I just shaved in the full Fu Manchu mustache?
What is that?
Like where it's just the
Oh,
do
that
it
would
like all the
be
way
Do my
down.
beard.
that would be really funny.
I will not be dyeing my beard, nor will I be shaving my beard. I don't really do anything to my beard.
Green
But
Fu
I will-
Manchu.
Green Fumetti was funny. Give yourself a homemade TKL tattoo. I did think about it. I was like, we should do something dumb, like $3,000, and I'll get a.
If you
keyboard
guys
tattoo.
ever do
I would get a tattoo.
dumb tattoo thing,
Oh,
I would
yeah.
join in. Just
Hell
saying.
yeah!
Like we could do a collab thing to like raise a bunch of money, like a stupid amount of money. Like it has to be a stupid amount of money because
Yeah,
it's gonna be a very dumb thing. But I have like a lot of tattoos, and that'd be really funny.
I mean, I'm not.
Pupper.
Oh,
Yeah, let's see the
Yes.
dog. Well, the dog's already showing himself.
yes. Come here.
So cute.
Yeah.
So fluff.
No interest right now.
The floof. Yeah, maybe I'll dye my beard. That might be a good idea.
That'd be a fun one.
That would be fun.
I could
Hot
just-
pink.
Hot
Just
pink.
like Sharpie your arm from like the shoulder down.
Oh. Oh man.
So
Sharpie comes out though, at least.
eventually.
Yeah.
After enough scrubbing and bleeding. So, but yeah, that'll be something to look forward to, something fun to do.
That's
So
pretty
there's-
exciting, actually.
I've been meaning to message you and well, literally I thought of this idea last night, so like I haven't had the time, but I was gonna message you and Apiary and just be like, hey, like tips, send you products and be like,
Oh
is
yes.
this
I have many
is this
tips for you.
the stuff that I need to obtain, or would this work, or yada yada yada? Because I'm gonna do my best, but obviously I'm not a fucking hair expert. It's not gonna turn out looking like Minterly's purple hair, but I'm gonna do my best to make it worthwhile.
I mean, for the effort, and you might need help with like the bleaching part. As long as the effort's in, I'm pretty sure everyone will
Yep.
appreciate it. Like that's what really matters.
Face
Hey, what are you
Sharpie.
doing?
Not
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm not doing a face tattoo for 10,000. It'd have to be significantly more.
It would have to
would-
be like 100,
I would literally
and it would be like this small,
Yeah,
like
be
right
like-
here.
I would do it. I would
I'll do a
shave,
head
like,
tattoo.
I would shave it I'd shave my beard right here and do the tattoo.
Oh, see,
and
at
then
least you
just
can
let the
cover it with your
grow.
beard. I wouldn't be able to cover it with anything.
Well, that's what you do. You just get a head tattoo and just like do like a portion where you shave it, and then when it grows back, you don't see it. No one sees it.
That's true. That's true. Although it would take me a lot longer to grow back my hair than you guys, I think.
That's
Well, maybe not
also probably
Chewy
true.
because his hair is pretty long, but
Yeah,
It's
his
got
hair's
some length. It's getting
It's
there. I meant to
getting
cut it, and then the world shut down. Sorry, my
have you
dog
thought
is
about cutting it yourself?
no.
Ah,
I would rather just throw it in a ponytail and not
that's
deal with
that's
it.
probably smart.
I don't trust myself. I barely trust myself with like beard trimmers. Like on my wedding day, I think Osiris was in the room, but I walked in and I was just like, everyone needs to shut the fuck up. I'm about to shave my beard some, and if I fuck this up because someone yells, you're no longer coming to the wedding.
Oh my god.
And so everyone was just like,
can't confirm.
okay, so we're gonna keep talking like this. Then I was
I'm
like,
assuming
okay,
it
I'm
turned out
done.
well.
I just needed to like shape it some and get the
Okay.
the loose ones, It was,
Yeah.
like I had done a big trim like 3 weeks prior so that I had time to kind of grow, but I just wanted to go in and like adjust it just to make sure.
I think
I'm gonna pretend I know how beards work.
I think
sounds
he
good.
was more nervous about the beard trim than he was about the actual wedding.
Hands down. Hands down. I was
Like-
too
Like he was good after the
Wait.
beard trim.
If something went wrong, would you have would you have postponed your wedding?
No, I wouldn't have, but I would have just been like extremely angry the rest of the day.
Oh no.
It would have
That's
thrown him
too
off.
fun.
So
Well, I'm glad your beard trim went well so that you could enjoy your wedding.
I was able to enjoy my wedding. Lots of alcohol.
Uh,
So next topic of discussion before we start talking about more food and ear injuries.
oh, I'd forgotten about that.
So we haven't spoken to you. So you've been streaming for a while now.
Yes. Actually, I
and-
think you guys were like my intro to streaming. And then it took like some more encouragement from people. And then I started doing it like 2 months later or something.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
quick story time. Whenever I approached Nat the first time, I think she said, "Sounds fun. Do I have to be on camera?" And I said, no, you're good. She was like, okay, I don't want to be on camera. And I was like, all right, that's fine. Like, we'll just like put a picture of Bliss or something up. And then like day of, you're like, my friends bullied me into being on camera.
Yes, I recall this distinctly.
So you've come a long way since
Oh,
refusing
yeah.
to be on camera.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's been a very interesting process that I don't think I in a million years ever would have thought I would have been a part of. But like the TLDR, I think, is like you guys asked me to be on stream. I was like, oh fuck, it would be good for Bliss, but I don't really want to do it. And then I went to PAX with Tiny. So Tiny makes things. I think you guys should know about her. She is a streamer, artisan maker TikTok famous now, has like 2 million TikTok followers or something. But she invited me to go to PAX West with her, which is like a gaming convention. I think most people should know that. And I like got dragged to a lot of her events with her because she's Twitch partnered, so she gets invited to cool things. And I got to meet a lot of other streamers. I was like, whoa, everyone is like so cool and so friendly and like knowing each other and like seems like they're having so much fun. I'm like, maybe I want to consider streaming. And then I was like, nah, it's too weird. But then like I don't know how, but I don't know, maybe a combination of like peer pressured and like wanting to be able to share more about me, since I want to do more like creative things in the community. So I was like, okay, cool. And I think I started streaming like 8 months ago. And now we are here where I have completed a 24-hour stream. So that's
Hey,
that's
the way to do
a
it.
interesting road.
24-hour stream
Yeah.
is like the rite of passage, right? And it's
Yeah,
like,
definitely. I'm like,
until you-
wow.
once you
I've
do
come
that,
so
there's like the sky's the limit.
Yeah, you can do anything.
Well, maybe not, but it's definitely like a 48-hour stream. Definitely would never consider that. But
We've
yeah, I
talked
actually
about
met Upas at PAX because he was there for a wedding, and I met him for the first time. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, it's very interesting, and I didn't think I'd like streaming as much as I did. I think it helps a lot that the community is very receptive, and also coronavirus is helping a lot of people with their
Doesn't
numbers
hurt.
recently. Yeah,
doesn't hurt with
but
people staying home.
yeah, but a lot of people, like a lot of new people are streaming in keyboards, and they're like doing a lot better than gaming categories. I'm like, maybe we can get our own like keyboard category if we continue to grow on Twitch. It's been pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean we talk about that all the time of like how cool would it be if we had like a keyboard section for all of us just to be in, and maybe get a little
like
bit more
even
exposure
a
there.
keyboard tag, because I think Tiny made it possible for there to be a keycaps tag. But there's no keyboard tag yet, which is really interesting considering that like Nathan Kim is so giant.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what would it take for Twitch?
Honestly,
make
probably
us
just
legit?
a few more partners. I think just need to sign up because I know that's something that we are definitely trying for this year. I know Apiary will get there. I know that I don't obviously I don't know everybody's situation.
Yeah, I mean,
know
I've been like
Cocklack's going
watching
for
your
it.
numbers, and it seems like you guys have had the numbers to apply for a while. So have you applied?
We have not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. We're
Waiting
kind
on
of
it?
writing out these next 2 months
Yeah.
to kind of see, because like those numbers, they're growing, and so obviously for those who don't know, you need good viewership, and as the channel grows and with people being home more and more, like we're able to grow more, and I'm sure your numbers have grown more in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
And so
I'm
when you
pretty sure
apply,
it's
you kind of
due to
want to
people at home.
put your best foot forward, and so it's like instead of showing our last 3 months from January to March, why not show like March, April, May, June,
Yeah.
where it's stronger numbers.
Yeah,
So,
that does make sense. That's cool. I think like Apiary should be able to be partnered soon. And Alex Odos has been doing a lot. And you guys and Top Clack, I think, are like the closest. But yeah, it'd be really cool to like watch keyboards grow outside of Reddit.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be cool.
And have a different platform.
It'd be cool for Twitch, and even because it would be cool for it to get on the radar of like other streaming platforms as well. Of getting on the radar and growing on Twitch, growing in this community will help that and help it get noticed by like bigger YouTubers and maybe want to get into it, want to see what it's about. And that helps.
Oh yeah, there have been a bunch of like bigger tech YouTubers who've kind of dabbled in the mechanical keyboards, but not like hardcore mechanical keyboards. But it's cool to like see that it can reach out into gaming, because I feel like theoretically those categories should be very related. Not like stream content maybe, but like more collaborative efforts. Definitely on like YouTube, I feel like that can happen. And I'm like not super knowledgeable about social media, but I think it'll just be very interesting to like see the growth.
Yeah.
Delphin,
So-
thank you for the 500 bits, and Talisman, thank you for the 111 bits. Appreciate that. Excuse me. I think there's a lot of crossover between the like tech reviewers and the people who care a lot about like their desk setup
Yes.
into keyboards, and I think that doesn't get touched on as much in the YouTube side because that's a huge YouTube side, and it's
Yes.
now starting to kind of come into play with some people like Brandon Taylor.
Yes.
And some other
I've
people.
seen him build some things. Random Frank P actually reached out. I think he does like a keyboard showcase series, but he also does like primarily desk setups. And he was like, "Hey, like, can I use one of your keyboards as a showcase?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I think that's really cool that he's like reaching out
Mhm.
to just showing off the cool stuff that we do.
Yeah. What stinks is like I know there's going to be that rub eventually though. Like if we start dipping in, it would only have to be the smaller ones because once you get to the bigger ones, then you start going, are you going to ask someone who's sponsored by HyperX and Corsair and Razer and Logitech, who they're like supposed to be,
Yes,
trying to shilling these keyboards, and then you're going, hey, do you want to talk about a custom one? So instead of buying the stuff from your sponsors, you buy this that you wouldn't make any money on.
I've actually
So
never
it's
thought
just-
about that before.
So
That's
it's
very
tough
interesting.
it's tough that like, there are some people that have done it, but there are some people that might not be able to.
Yeah, I wonder if they like have non-compete clauses
Some of them
or
do.
something
More like
in
esports
their
companies do.
contracts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I
But
know.
it's also different though, because like you can appreciate a Razer Corsair pre-built keyboard that is like not super cheap, but relatively affordable with like different qualities to them, like the RGB, the full size, versus like a custom. So I think you do make a good point. It'd be very interesting to see how we branch out.
So that's why going for like the smaller streamers and the small, and by smaller, I mean to us, huge
not
streamers,
Pokemon.
not
but
pokey.
not the people that are averaging 20,000. No, they're going to be sponsored. They're not going to be, it's going to be harder to reach them. But the people that are averaging 1,000 people streams, those are the very obtainable cases where it's like, hey, you play video games with a keyboard. Why not have a fancy as hell keyboard? Like,
Yeah, that would be really cool. And it'll be interesting to see how like vendors navigate the territory of like, do I sponsor you a $300 keyboard that's like very limited group buy and probably don't even need the advertisement for, or like maybe more vendors will start doing like in stock stuff like KED fans. I think that would also be very interesting.
That would be fun. I know that's what Canon Keys, that's what UPOS is trying to go for, is the in stock market, which is it's always funny to me that they're like, we're going to try and do in stock stuff, and then they get it and they're like, and it sells out in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like
it was in stock for 2 minutes this morning.
Yeah, just a group buy that you get.
Upside of that is that you get your stuff right away. But the downside of that, like I know with alpacas, Holton has been struggling to like keep them in stock. And it's like people just want it. So with group buys, it's like you can claim your spot, but you have to wait. But with in stock, you can't claim your spot. But if you do get a spot, you get it shipped to you within the next week. So it's like, which one do you want? Because I don't think anyone really like the smaller vendors like Not Drop or KB fans. Like maybe Novel Keys is there. But like people are not putting out that much capital into it yet to be able to stock. Like I think Holton ran out of 40,000 alpacas in like an hour or something, which is ridiculous. So he would need like 500,000 switches just to be able to meet demand.
Yeah.
And even then, like what if people only want 200,000 of them? Then he like has to hold the rest for stock, and you kind of have to be a bigger company in order to do that. Or like Kono, I think.
1,000 in 30 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. It was crazy. So
that's one of those where it's like you don't get it immediately because I got to ship out like 190 orders a day for the next 5 days.
Well, and you don't know when it's going to drop out, right? Because it's like how many people are buying a ton because they know they're not going to be able
that
to
they
buy
can
them
flip
again,
it or like.
or that they
Yeah, I
just
heard
know.
that he canceled a $5,000 order or 5,000 Switch order. He's like, oh, I want to redistribute this back to people who only want like 100 or 2.
Right. Well, like someone might buy, like when the drop pandas first came out, I bought 180 because I was like, I don't know when these are going to come again, and I don't really want to, mess with buying a couple different Switches, and because at that point it wasn't as readily available for the panda
Yeah.
housings,
Yeah.
and so I bought a whole bunch, and I'm sure there's a bunch of people that do that where they'll buy like, 200-300 of them and saying, okay, I'm going to use these for the next 6-9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like 300 is way more reasonable because you're like, oh, okay, that's, you need about 70 for 60 to 65% and about 90 for anything up to like your 1800 builds. So it's like, well, if I get 300 or 270 or whatever, that's enough for 3 or 4 builds. Like, I wouldn't call that by any means like hoarding or anything. Or you're just buying, like, because that's kind of one of those things. Like, what if Holy Pandas are just your favorite Switch and you want them
Yeah.
on 5 different boards? You're gonna need 400 Switches, but yeah, 5,000
And if you like
is a bit
buying it,
much.
might as well save on shipping.
Yep.
And so yeah, like I don't think like up to 500 I think is like not a lot. After that it's kind of like either you really like these Switches.
Yeah. Well, the thing there is that if you don't know when that point is, and so if you try to fully in stock, like say he ordered 500,000,
yeah.
people are going to be less likely to do that. They might only buy what they need because they know they can come back later and buy them later. And then he's taking a huge financial risk on the front end, and it's trickling in over a longer period of time rather than breaking it up.
So I think like the vendors also kind of need to grow the community and like find that sweet spot of like maybe stocking stuff for at least up to a month, and that like but not like take the financial hit. Because I think like novelties right now can stock a lot of things, which is really cool because I think they like bought a crap ton of Metro and it like continued to sell it for months, and they think they might be out now, or
I think they're finally out, but
but that was like super cool of them that they were able to do that and sit on that and like not be bankrupt or something.
Well, and I remember like Modern Dolce Extras sold out in like 10 seconds.
Yes.
But Mizu Extras, it took about an hour, if I remember correctly. It took a little bit of time. And so now, Dixie, if you're in chat, you can correct me on that. But that's not an unreasonable, even 30 minutes. Like, I know that's kind of like, what the hell are you saying? But like, if you have 30 minutes to go get something, that's a very good amount of time for the amount of shit where it's like, oh, like the TGR, the Jane CE. That was like what, 2 seconds?
It was
100
2 seconds,
spots in 2 seconds.
Went over the amount of spots that they wanted.
Yeah. So it's just crazy. I mean, yeah, and of course he didn't have Modern Dolces much at the time, but when you're able to, I love that we're able to get more and more extras, because now it's like, okay, now if I don't, there's so many sets running right now, and there are awesome keyboards coming out all the time. So it's like I can take the risk of going for extras and not have to worry about that until then. And the best part is when that finally ships, you only have to wait like 2 days.
Yeah. I don't know. This growth of this hobby is very interesting. It's like the growth of an industry, and I never thought I would be like watching it. And I'm like more curious about how it will grow. I think I'm like a pretty stats driven person. So I think I'm like more curious about like how it will happen and unfold. And I think it will be a very interesting ride, to say the least.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that's nice is that it's growing with a base of people. Like the vendors are made up of people who were in the community first, right?
Yes.
Which is really nice. The thing that I know scares a lot of people that have been in the community for a while is like the fact of, what if some giant company comes in and just starts investing a bunch of money and like ruins the hobby more or less for a lot of people, or completely changes it. So
I've actually considered that too, but I think that's okay because there'll still be vendors who do like more exclusive things.
Mhm.
And I think like what I compare it to is like audiophile things where you do have big companies like I can't think of like Bose makes like nice headphones. But then you have people who make like custom headphones. I know Alex Odos has like a $2,000 custom resin headphone, and it's like within that you will still have options, and I think it just like makes it more accessible to more people who like don't want to wait half a year for something, and versus people who like have maybe nicer than Razer or nicer than Ducky,
Mhm.
but like don't have to wait half a year for a group buy
Yeah,
situation.
that's why we, I've a while back I mentioned about how there's really like 3 tiers in this community. You have like customs, which is just anything that's not a box board, and then high end customs, so stuff like your Mechanisk Fiels and your Satisfaction 75s and your Bowers and stuff like that. And then you have like luxury customs, so like your Key Colts and your TGRs, and I'd actually wind up throwing the Bauer up there as well. But where I think what's going to get commercialized is that bottom layer,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just not, and it's not sustainable to be making, Keycolt's never going to make 10,000 boards at once.
Yeah.
They're going to continue to be a boutique service.
Yeah.
And I think that once this commercialization kind of hits, it will hit and it will be great for some people. And then a lot of people are still going to be mad, but that high end and luxury style keyboard, I don't think that's ever going to go away. I think that's
Oh
only
yeah,
stronger.
definitely not. Like people want their exclusive, custom, expensive, like display board thing, and like be able to say, "Hey, I have a custom key coat for like $2,000." Like everyone wants that nice custom one-off, even in other hobbies. So definitely, like I think commercialization of stuff wouldn't really affect the higher end things too much.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's funny. I see people keep saying like, "Oh, well, Drop's already doing this," and I'm like, you don't realize how like technically small Drop still is in terms of like companies. I'm
A
talking
business?
about like a
Like
company
Like
Razer.
Corsair and
like a
Razer.
Corsair or a Razer, like a company that really can drop money to buy
Yeah.
companies and buy out vendors.
We're talking
Also,
like
Drop is different in the fact that they are founded in the same idea of what this community is built on in terms of supporting, bringing people together to buy a product to make it less expensive for a niche market, right? They started with the audiophiles doing that and then branched off into everything else.
yeah.
So,
Well, it's like when the drop alts and the drop controls start shipping with Holy Pandas and they're like $240.
yeah.
I'm going to tell people to go get that when they're starting, because it's like, hey, you want a board with a switch that 2 years ago was a switch that
It was like $10 per
$10 a
switch.
switch, and it was the highest end of highest end switches at the time. Like, and now 2-3 years later, you can buy one in a box that you just plug and play. Like, that's insane.
Yep.
That is crazy. And I would tell people new in the hobby, like, this is great. You're going to be blown away going from, a membrane board or even like a Razer Huntsman, one of Minterly's favorites, to this. Like, that's going to be a huge step forward for you. And then, and then that's how you hook them. And that's how you go, hey, how about this $2,000 key colt?
I mean, honestly, like I don't even knock a like $80 tofu. I think if you build it with the right things, like it's a huge upgrade from a $15 membrane board. Like you don't need to go the $2,000 custom key colt as your first build. There's like a huge range of how much and how intensely you want to progress.
Yep.
So
I mean, hell, you can put $2 switches. I can literally pop this build out and throw it in a tofu, and it will feel almost the same.
yeah.
It just might not sound as good, but
But like literally when you're first starting, it'll sound way, way, way better than a membrane board or
anything
a rattly Razer or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And it is cool to see some people in chat were talking about it, the new Rama board that's coming out, the Kara.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's like $170, I think is what the target price is. It should be coming out soon, hopefully.
Hopefully they come in like lighter colors because I do like that purple. It would be even better in like a lilac.
It's
I
true.
don't know. Maybe just me.
Why did it have to be a fucking HHKB again?
Yeah, it's
Just give
basically
me-
just an M60.
It's just, I'm just like, I just want, I don't care about, like, I would love win keyless, but I would accept a standard 60%.
Maybe
Rama,
they can do it in like all 3 variations eventually.
right?
Hint,
One
hint.
day, I'll dream.
Yeah,
Rama
Go
Koyu
bully
version.
Rama, please.
Rama, if you're listening,
Yeah.
Go at Rama on their Instagram. Be like, please give us a normal
I'm just
keyboard.
gonna start blasting them. Just take those damn blockers out of there.
You could just
Get out
like,
your rotary drill.
yeah, just like sand it
Screw
off.
it.
No.
I don't think their
yeah.
PCBs support it.
Oh.
It might. It might, because it might just use a WT60.
Well, WT60 is standard and it's got a center mounted USB.
And the car is not center mounted?
Well, WT60 can also support a breakout.
True, but I think I remember their PCB not having.
Just like drill holes for the switch and then
Yeah,
hot
exactly.
wire it.
Hand wire it over.
Yeah, there you go.
Easy.
Fire. Just
Oh my
jerry-rig the hell out
gosh.
of it.
Why didn't I think of that?
Enter shit.
Yeah,
Top.
it's a. This is an HHKB PCB.
What's the difference
Mm.
between a win keyless and HHKB? I'll let you guys take this one.
So HHKB, I don't have one on hand because I don't own them. This is a win keyless. So win keyless means there's no Windows key on a Sangen layout. Sangen meaning 7U spacebar with 1.5 control and alts. And then usually there's a win keyless, which I'll show, or a Windows key, which is this. So there is a Windows key. And then HHKB has a blocker that takes out the controls. And then like true HHKB, it's not symmetrical. It's got that 6.25, I believe. So win keyless is the best. Anyway.
There was a
Hot
time
takes.
when Chewy was all about the HHKB
I
layout.
love the HHKB layout. By
Exposed.
There was a time.
Listen, I owned a Zephyr. I owned a very
Oh my
high-end
God.
65% board, and I hated it. You can't, I like to say you can't hate something.
I feel like you hated
something
that
you-
plate more than you hated the board.
I still didn't like the board that much, and I just honestly I felt like the layout was completely worthless. I was like, I don't use these arrow keys.
That's a board I haven't seen.
You don't use
pictures
arrow
of.
keys?
Nope. Well, I do, but I don't have them on my second layer.
That makes sense.
I haven't seen pictures of the Zephyr. I haven't seen anyone post anything with a Zephyr in a long
Does the
time.
Zephyr exist? It does, right?
Yeah.
I heard some shipped.
No,
There's
that's
some issues
your
with
thing
it?
is Xeno.
Oh, never mind.
Zephyr was
Okay, I know what
before
you're talking
Xeno.
about.
Zephyr
65.
was 65%. But
Okay.
no, I have owned things that I no longer like because I owned them, and then I was like, I don't like this.
That's true. You were very excited to get the Zephyr and then very disappointed when you did
I
not
was
like it.
extremely disappointed. I tried two
Oh
different. brands.
no.
Xenos, some Xenos exist.
Yeah, some Xenos exist.
I did give it a try. I gave it a very honest try. It wasn't until recently that I got rid of my last HHKB.
It's true.
It wasn't until recently. I used it as a work board for a while, but outside of the Alice, I try not to get boards that I can't do everything with, like gaming, and I need control to crouch. So
Can't you just remap it or no?
I'm not going to train my brain to.
Yeah, I don't get how, like, I was just watching Nathan
gosh.
play CS one day, and I was like, how does he play Counter-Strike without on an HHKB? Because he doesn't crouch. So.
He just doesn't crouch.
Either that, or I think he took shift away or has it mapped to where his shift is no longer his crouch instead
Or
of
you can
walking.
put it on your enter, because that's what control is on an HHKB, right?
Yeah.
On your caps.
Caps
You don't
lock.
need a caps when you.
And then
Oh,
the
just
other
caps
thing,
lock.
the other thing too is people go,
You
"Oh,
do
we'll do
that.
caps lock." Caps lock's my function key.
That's
So
interesting.
So caps lock's my function key, so I can one hand arrow keys with WASD.
What do you use to type space? Which finger? Left or right? Left or right? thumb?
Right index finger.
Okay, never mind. I had an idea, but then I was like, yeah, never mind.
Let's
No,
not go there.
I switch between my left thumb and my right index.
See,
finger.
and people are like, "Oh, you can just crouch with caps lock," and I'm like, "Yeah," and retrain my brain after playing this game for 3 years and always
Yeah, it's a
knowing how to use
challenge.
crouch. No-
Hey, you can learn a remapping of your keyboard and put WASD as arrows. You can't learn how to crouch with caps lock. Like, come on. You're a mechanical keyboard user.
I don't
You
need
I
should
also
be
use
able to-
caps lock for push to talk. So what now?
Oh.
Where do I put that?
Just
I'll
always
W,
have it on. Just
W.
always have it on. So when
Always
you
have it on.
rage.
Don't walk backwards. Just put it on S.
Only W.
Only forward. No looking back.
Listen, only quitters use the S key and
Just remap. See, now everyone's like, just remap push to talk. Just put it on your mouse.
Oh,
like I use my
push to
mouse for
talk.
needs.
You should get a computer. Sorry, a piano pedal. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
So every time you want to rage, just like as if you're accelerating. I think people use those for like simulation race car driving.
Yep.
You could do that. Just be super extra.
Get a better mouse. I have a good mouse. I have two good mouse. Four.
Oh,
good
do you have
mouse.
a custom mouse?
Bronze
with-
chin wins. Bronze chin wins. Just get a second keyboard.
There you go. That's what I can use this for.
Oh, you can use the ISO keyboard for push to talk.
But the best part of all of this is I can just also not own an HHKB style.
Yeah,
board.
or just
true.
don't buy
That's true.
HHKB.
You know, so and people are like, oh, how do you hate 65%? I'm like, what's also great? I don't spend money on 65% boards. And there are a lot of cool 65% boards that have come out, and I haven't spent a dime on them.
That's good. That's like me with GMK. I actually love the fact that I'm not a huge fan of GMK. Because everyone's like, oh my god, there's like 10 group buys running. I don't know which set I'm going to get. I'm like, I don't really like them all. I'm good. Saves a lot of money. Like, I'm not complaining. So.
See, I like 65% and GMK, so I guess I'm just screwed.
Well, I'm
Rip
sorry
my
for
wallet.
you.
Sucks to suck, dude.
Rip wallet.
75% is best, Supa.
75% is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
I make
very
some
excited to build
exceptions for
this thing
some
out.
nice colorways.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it helps a lot. Like, I don't have a eternal conundrum of like, which set do I buy this month? It's like, which set do I buy every 3 months? It helps a lot.
Agent Skarn calling you out.
Oh God, let's not talk about that.
Hey, right there with you.
I haven't
Right there
bought
with
an
you.
Arzen in the past month. So
Oh.
I'm very proud of myself for that. I've been trying really hard. But yeah, let's not talk about that.
It's all good. I bought a case. That's how I know I'm in.
I want like an ice box, but for 100 caps.
I got
Whoa.
the Wong box.
Oh, I don't think I know
The-
that one.
It's like 30. It's like a 7x7, so it's only 35. And I'm like, I can keep myself to 35. I will start trading
my
and or
God.
giving away.
I think I have more than 35. I'm pretty sure I'm in like the 50s. The last Arzen I purchased, Latriellum Botanical collab. So that was like last month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
yeah.
you go.
I don't know.
So you cannot hear, apparently, and I am
Oh,
curious
yes.
to hear this
Story
story.
time. Okay, so the story of how I lost the hearing in my left ear is that my mom, TLDR, my mom ran me over with a Honda CRV.
Wait,
And the reason
what?
when I was 4.5, my mom ran me over with a Honda CRV. But there's a story behind it. So
Yeah. Did a decline? Perfect. Like, wait, hold on.
So when I was a kid and also like basically throughout my entire childhood, I was very into the library. And my mom used to go to the library to study for her like English TOEFL or something. And one day I really wanted to go to the library with her, but she wanted to brush my hair before we went. And she brushed my hair very roughly. So I ran away from her and she's like, okay, cool. I won't take you to the library then. Because you're like gonna bother me when I study anyways. I don't know. She left and walked away. And stubborn 4.5-year-old me followed her and she decided to like drive off. So I latched myself onto the back car handle and she decided that, oh, my daughter's probably not stupid enough to hold on to the car handle. I was. So I like ran with the car and my foot got stuck under the back tire and she just like whoop me with the car. And then I had to go to ICU for like, I was in the ICU for like 3 days, in the hospital for like 4 more days. And then I lost the hearing in my left ear because of like some permanent nerve damage or something. And yeah, that's the story of how I lost the hearing in my left ear. And now like whenever I get earphones and stuff, I always cut off the left one because I don't need it. And I think it's weird when it dangles. So, yeah.
Is your foot okay?
Yeah, my foot's okay.
That's a crazy story. Is
Yeah.
it
I don't know
so
what to
like
say to that.
100% like you nothing?
Nothing. Like, I've taken tests at the LA like Children's Hospital. They took me for a really long time to see if my hearing would come back. Because actually, the left side of my face was paralyzed for about a month, and they were worried that was going to be permanent, but it wasn't, thankfully. But I have like photos where like I'm smiling and just half of my face is just not working. So that thankfully went away. But then they kept testing me for like, I don't know, maybe up to a year after the accident, and it just never came back. So I don't know exactly what it is because I was young and I forgot, but I think it's due to nerve damage. Yeah.
Well, that is a story.
Yeah. It's a fun one. I enjoy telling it, but I think most people don't enjoy listening to it.
That's a good icebreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
But I've had like funny instances in high school where they take the physical health thing where they like make you do the stretches and stuff, and then they do a hearing test. And one time they did the hearing test and they called me over like looking really concerned, and they're like, we have something we need to tell you. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know that I'm deaf. And they're like, oh thank God, like we didn't ruin this girl's life.
They're like, oh, by the way, you're deaf. And you're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know that. And they look so relieved.
You
And
should
I
have
thought,
played it off. You should have been like,
Yeah, you
I
should have gotten
know.
home,
fainted.
gotten the
If
day
I-
off. Like, come on, man.
If I had the insight or whatever,
Who is that?
that's not the right word, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like if I had the
Yeah.
idea for that, I totally would have told them.
Hindsight.
Yes, there we go.
Always
Disco
good.
Crocodile.
Hey.
Thank you.
Raid.
For the raid. Welcome.
Oh my God. By the way, you're deaf. Are you saying something?
I see your mouth moving. So can you read lips now? Like, do you?
No,
is
I'm
it-
like
is it to
fine
that
in the other
level?
ear. It's just like
The other ear's probably.
I can't. Yeah, so my
Like
right ear is
hyper hearing.
fine. No, I'm actually pretty deaf, so I can't tell directions. I don't know if you guys know this is a thing, but like you need both ears to like triangulate where sounds are coming from.
Yeah.
So whenever people call my name, I like turn around in a full circle because I don't know where the noise is coming from.
I just
sorry, one
imagine.
second.
Oh, go ahead.
Yep.
Okay. Can you just get whatever you think I like? Because I don't think I'm going to check my phone. Thank you. Sorry.
How dare you?
I just imagine someone like is like trying to say something to you.
Oh no, people
and
do that all the time.
You're just like you're
Every
just
time
completely
at work,
oblivious.
like because you know when you're at work, like you don't really talk that loudly. So
Yeah.
I've had people come up to me on my left side and like talk to me, and somebody on the other side is like, nah, like that person's trying to talk to you, and I'm like, oh sorry, and then I have to tell them, and it makes for a kind of awkward moment at work where they're like, oh, I don't know what to say to this. Very awkward. I'm like, oh, don't worry, it's like whatever to me now, but.
You need like a sign to put on your desk. It's like, by the way, I'm deaf in my left ear.
Yeah. People have definitely like, and my friends. So I've like gotten into the habit of walking on the leftmost side of a group because it actually like makes me a little nauseous to have to like turn my head to like have the sound travel across all the way, and I like feel very uncomfortable in the middle of a group because I can't hear all the conversations happening. So yeah, people have definitely been in my deaf zone, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I can't hear.
DDD Klein with 1,000 bits. Thank you,
Ooh,
man.
nice.
Thank you very, very much. Man, I don't have any. I don't have a. You know, my parents. I guess I was smart enough to let go of the handle
Yeah, see, it's totally my fault. Like,
I mean,
brought
I
it upon
think
myself.
I don't know if it's 100% your fault, but a little bit.
No, I'm going. I'm like, yep, I paid for the mistakes of my past.
yeah, no, it's totally on me. Oh man.
So, you have been so back into keyboards. You've been designing a keycap set with Alex Odos,
Mhm.
who is my man crush.
He's so cool.
He's
I
just
totally like fangirl, not even his friend. I'm like, oh my god, you're so cool. I'm in the presence of Alex. Like, what do I do now?
he did something on his stream, and I was like, I love that. Tell me how you did that so I can copy you. And he was like, I got you.
I know, he's so nice.
He's such a cool dude.
It must be because he's from Canada.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like some of my
Yeah.
closest friends are from Canada.
Yeah.
So, but how has that been? I haven't gotten a chance to catch a stream yet. Because it always happens whenever I've already made plans. So
it's been pretty fun actually, because I've like designed my last sets on my own. So it's nice to like get two differing opinions. Because I feel like my aesthetic and his aesthetic is very different, yet we managed to land on something really cool. And we actually decided that we want to try to do this in cat profile, which means that we can have a lot more options of what to do for like custom everything. And I think it'll be really interesting to have like his design eye with cat profile. Yes. Like his design eye with like my very scuffed designing attempts, and like hopefully we'll be able to make something like, I don't know, 1.5 times as cool.
It's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
It's awesome that you're doing it together and on stream. I think it gives people a unique look into what it takes to design a cap set.
Yeah. And definitely like as much as the vendor will let us want to share like what goes into that aspect too, because like designing a keycap set is not entirely only designing. It like is the marketing and like working with the vendors and like making sure the manufacturer is doing what you want them to do. So I think like the actual designing process is probably only like 30 to 40% of the work behind it, and the rest of it like will be cool to share, because I don't think a lot of people have.
Mhm.
And I totally got this idea from one of his streams, which I think is so cool that he does, where he was teaching people how to edit photos. And like, I don't know if you guys know in chat, but Alex takes really cool photos, and his Instagram feed is like one of the most beautiful feeds I've laid my eyes on. And he was just like, just casually like sharing how he does things. And I was like, dude, this is so cool that you're like knowledge sharing. I want to do that. What do I know how to do? So I'm like, hey, you want to design a keycap set? And he was so down. I think it's really cool. And like, hopefully more people will be able to like contribute to knowledge sharing. Because like there is some aspect of like competition in the hobby where you want your stuff to do well. But I think like as we grow, ultimately there'll be more room for people to be like maybe more casual, like maybe not share exclusive things of like KeyCult doesn't have to share their files of, you know, their keyboards because that's their, you know, exclusive property, but they're doing streams where they like show people how they work with a CNC machine, and that's probably only what people want to know. Like no one really needs to know into the details of like how to make the flexiest plate possible and like the mechanics behind it, but they just want to know kind of the process. So yeah, I'm definitely really thankful that he's so cool and so nice to like want to work with me on that, because it's been cool and people like asking questions and hopefully learning a little bit, and if not, just like being entertained. So yeah, it's fun.
It's a really cool insight into the like the behind the scenes that a lot of people don't necessarily think about. It brings up portions and aspects of the processes that maybe people don't necessarily even
like
know
think
exists.
about when they're getting into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because like designing keycaps I think is a lot more accessible than designing keyboards, at least in my opinion, because the physics of a keyboard has to work together, but keycaps is like kind of like throwing designs and colors together. But I'm pretty sure even when I got into Bliss, like I didn't really understand the whole like color matching process and like working with signature plastics and what kind of files they'll want to provide and like how to be a good designer to work with my vendor and like not be a pain in the ass kind of thing. So there's like a lot to learn and a lot to share. And like I want to be able to do more sharing things. I think that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I mean, another thing too is like he kind of fits this perfect role of like, you want to learn something new, come learn something new. Also
Yeah.
keyboards, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's I would almost classify him as a variety streamer that also happens to stream keyboards because he does so much.
Yeah.
Like he casts such a wide net, and it's such a dope dude. He'll probably show up here in like 3 or 4 minutes because usually we say a lot of nice things about him, and then
His ears are burning.
Ears start burning, so he's like, better show up on Mex on Deck real quick.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that he's like so open with knowledge sharing. Yeah.
Yep.
He's a
guys,
cool dude.
if you guys have questions for Miss Minterly or us or anything you would like to ask or say, go ahead and throw it in the chat. If you want it to be seen easier, at Mex on Deck, and then ask the question. It just helps quite a bit. So you got any big plans? What's your next big build, if you can say?
Iron. I'm waiting for my iron to come. So whenever that gets in, and then I think Upas is sending me a Bower to build.
Ooh.
So I'm excited about that.
It's
a fun one.
Great.
Yes, I'm very grateful for Upas.
It's a very deep sounding board.
Can we all do a marble run just for fun?
Oh my god.
Is that what you did all your giveaways with?
I did some marbles, like 80% marbles, and some bot. Because some of them I wanted to like reward subs. So there's like bots that have higher percentage chance to subs.
I have 2 ordered in group buy. Would love to start streaming, but don't know enough to build my own on stream. Would there be an audience to watch help me learn to build live? Absolutely. See, here's what I would do and what I would suggest, Mr. Mac. So I'll read the question one more time. I am new to keyboards. I have 2 ordered in group buy. Would love to start streaming, but don't know enough to build on my own stream. Would there be an audience to watch help me learn? What I would do is pair up with a streamer that does know how to build keyboards, and then you diversify.
Yeah, we can help you walk through it. You know, you can also just join a bunch of Discords, stay in the loop with different streamers, and see how you can get involved with them. See if they'll hang out with you and walk you through it.
Ooh, L Baron says just got pickup notification from Manu.
Ooh, so hopefully coming in within the next 2 weeks. It gives me time to try Zycos. So I'm glad you told me about this.
There it is. I know L Baron is a huge fan of Zycos. So, and then D Decline asks, what color iron and what caps do you have planned for it?
I have a white one coming for me. I got my sister a navy one. So that was her birthday present.
You're a good sister.
And yes. Caps going on the iron is Bliss. So I have Bliss currently on my Satisfaction, but that one is waiting for Eternal to come. And I'm going to move the caps over to the iron. And for her, I don't know yet. Yeah, I don't know yet.
Let's see. Twitch builds Keebs. That would be terrible.
Interesting.
Let's maybe do like a more inexpensive board. Let's see. Minterly, any advice on best practices for selling items from customs?
Sealing items
from customs. One of my boards has been stuck in Chicago for weeks, so I'm in the early phases of planning a heist.
Oh, I think that's meant to be stealing.
Sealing, yes, sealing.
Be patient.
Yeah, you just gotta be patient, my dude.
It'll come.
Yeah.
It'll come, and the second you open it, you'll never even care.
I think due to coronavirus, people just have to be more patient in general.
Yeah, I'm finding that hard. I ordered a bunch of coffee stuff this past weekend, and some of it still hasn't even shipped. And I'm like, the thing is I got the coffee was the first thing I got, and I'm like, I don't have the stuff to complete the coffee.
See,
Oh,
at
you
least
mean
if
like
you'd
you
gotten
can't
the-
just hand ground it in your mortal and pestle and like do a pour over?
Well,
Come
so
on,
that's the
man.
thing is
No.
I have the coffee, but I should
Uh-huh.
get the grinder Friday. I don't know when I will get my Chemex. It hasn't shipped yet. I ordered it on Sunday.
See, I drink powdered coffee, so I cannot relate to this issue.
Mm. I ordered like a mic arm like 2 weeks ago.
Oh
And it
man.
still hasn't shipped from Amazon.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Amazon is delaying a lot of non-essential things.
Yeah.
And also they have a lot of angry warehouse workers that do not want to be working. So I understand.
Don't grind with mortar and pestle.
The grind will be
It's true. It's true. You gotta
See-
have an even, consistent
You
grind.
mean you don't have the magic touch?
Banter Ship's got the big brain. All right. 3 pounds of Costco coffee, $9.
Listen, I
Boom.
bought it local. I supported my local community, and I purchased the coffee from a local roaster.
Oh, cool. I don't even
So-
know if we have local. I'm sure. I'm in San Jose. I'm sure we have local roasters. People are crazy about coffee here.
I got tons of them.
Like, yeah,
So-
insane. One tip that I have, Marmac, to get into streaming is that like the keyboard community is very, very friendly,
Yep.
like 95%. So that's still a pretty big majority. If you make the effort to get to know people and care about people and talk to people, then they will make the effort to support you.
Yep.
Which is like probably the best thing about the community is that like people are very reciprocative on friendliness. So if you're like nice to people, they'll be nice to you. If you support people, answer the questions, help them out, talk to them about life, then they'll like come help you on streams if you ask them because that's what friends are for.
Yep.
So
Just
the
have
other thing
fun.
too is it's so easy to insert yourself into a Discord community. Like really easy. You know, it might be more difficult on someone like Nathan Kim's because it's just so big. But if you find one of the smaller ones that's like in the 1,000 to 2,000 range, it's really easy.
that's still giant.
That's still big. I mean, yeah, I think ours is like at 700. So like, but just talking every day, even 2 weeks of just like having conversations with people every single day, and then just dropping in. This is like the secret, by the way, just dropping in the like, by the way, I stream. People will go, oh, I'll watch you. And then boom.
Yeah,
A lot of
also
them
if you
have
stream
self.
at like non-competing times, if you have the ability to do so, I think that will also help a lot because there's so many streamers now. If you like stream earlier than a lot of people, I can't stream as early as I'd like because I have a day job. But if you are flexible at that, since everyone is home with coronavirus, all I do all day is wait for someone I like to start streaming.
Yep.
So that I have something to do while I'm working from home. If you can stream in the mornings, like people have nothing to do. Like they're just gonna come watch you because they have nothing to do. So
because why
definitely
not?
take advantage of that. Yeah.
I watched the entire Key Cult stream the other day. Just like, I
Yeah,
don't have
because
anything
like
to
they're
do.
just doing it when no one else is streaming, or like when one person is streaming, and it's like so easy to pop between two chats, and it's like I'm coding and just watching him talk and like figure out his CNC mill, and it's like cool. This is chill. This is nice entertainment.
Mhm. So, Minterly, I owe you an apology.
Mm-hmm.
So recently we had a stream where I made the statement, eat the fucking pickle.
Okay.
And then people rated your chat. We rated the chat screaming, eat the fucking
Oh.
pickle. And you appeared
I
to be
think-
confused.
I was very confused.
As who wouldn't be when
I was like,
a
what's
bunch of people hop in your stream, start screaming, eat the
Oh
fucking
my
pickle.
god.
So we were joking that we were going to force Apiary to eat a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Oh
and
my god.
she was like, I hate the pickles on Chick-fil-A sandwiches. And so I just made the joke and yelled out, eat the fucking pickle. And while
Oh
some
my
people
God.
may understand that may have another connotation to it, that was not my intention.
I was
It
just
literally
confused. I was like, what? What pickle?
So, my apologies. I hope we
Okay,
can put
yeah,
this
no
all
worries.
behind us now.
I was just very confused. I was like, what pickle? What's going on?
Like
Is this
what?
a joke that
Yeah.
I'm not understanding? I've actually never had a Chick-fil-A sandwich. I've only had their tenders. And if I'm being completely honest, I prefer the Popeye's chicken sandwich and Popeye's chicken to like most things, I think.
Hey,
So
you do you.
yeah.
You do you. Talisman Solutions, thank you for the 111 bits.
Catastrophic miscommunication. Oh my god.
It wasn't too bad.
Southerner has joined the chat.
Yeah, right.
Stash. What the fuck?
Oh man, am I getting judged for my Popeyes appreciation?
100%.
Yeah,
Not okay.
Dixie, what? Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely in the Chick-fil-A boat. I prefer Chick-fil-A, but you know, Popeyes is not bad. But at least you will eat Chick-fil-A. Apiary just will not even.
Pioshi.
I've honestly
oh, yeah.
not had a lot of Chick-fil-A. I think it's because the one time I did get it, it was too salty. So I just didn't leave a good experience. But I do like their lemon frosties. Is that what it's
like the frozen lemonade?
The blended lemon, like creamy, whatever the heck it is drink. I love those. Those are great.
Pioshi is Pioshi's
I think
my
it's
guy.
Sayoshi.
Sayoshi.
Oh, I like
whatever.
Wendy's spicy.
Wendy's spicy
chicken
sandwich. Hell
That's
yeah.
good.
Sayoshi.
Even the
I've never
spicy
had
nuggets,
Publix.
dude.
I don't eat the
Yes,
spicy
yes.
nugs. That's what's weird. I like the spicy chicken sandwich. I like the regular nugs better than the spicy nugs.
Dude, and Cane's
I
is
like
good.
spicy everything though.
Golden Chick's my
Golden
jam.
Chick's good.
I've never been.
Chicken
what
Express is
Chick?
good.
I don't know what that is either.
That's
All the
like
fried chicken.
that's like a Texas thing.
Oh, okay.
Just call me Sai. Sai got you.
See, when he
What
says
about
Psy, I think
PS Yoshi.
when he says call me Psy, I think of Gangnam Style.
Oh my
I got
god.
it from my daddy. I got it from my daddy. That's the best. I don't care about Gangnam Style. Daddy is the best Psy song that he has ever released.
I appreciate Gangnam Style for breaking YouTube
Yes,
because I'm pretty sure it broke
There's like
YouTube.
3 billion views.
Yeah.
Oppa Gangnam Style. Perfect
Okay,
string
but
for
this is the
In-N-Out
perfect-
versus Whataburger.
I've never had Whataburger.
It's not even close.
Whataburger's so much better.
Whataburger is
I don't know.
hands down better. Don't give me that bullshit animal style, all right? I don't fucking care about it, all right?
Listen, if the
Here-
best
here-
thing that
Oh
you
my
can
God.
get at your restaurant is not even technically on the menu,
Get out.
don't at me, bro. Come on. Also, Mr. Petrov, thank you for the 10 months. Appreciate it.
Okay,
dude.
L Baron, listen, Luke, you and you're gonna be on the show next week, and I'll happily say this to your face.
Are you gonna send him a Whataburger?
No, I'm not gonna take food advice from a guy that told me to only get 2 things at Chipotle.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I know exactly what you're talking about. He talks about this all the time. He's like, when I'm bulking, I just get lettuce and what is it, rice and meat. And I'm like, okay, please don't
I
stop
don't think
talking.
he gets rice. That's too much.
Is it
carbs.
just the lettuce and meat? I don't
He
know.
gets lettuce,
I-
meat, and like salsa.
Yes. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. He talks about this all the time. He's like, I need to bulk and look muscular.
He's like, I need to bulk.
Lettuce, meat, salsa, there is.
Look how small these
It's-
muscles are.
It's all because of the salsa.
Lettuce, meat, and salsa. Oh, I called it. Boom.
Yes, you got it.
there. Hell
No
yeah.
cheese, no sour cream. That's like the best part, right? Like the best part's the cheese and the sour cream.
I actually don't like sour cream.
That's okay. I get that.
I do get that.
Sour cream is one of those. Sour cream and mayonnaise are those 2 things that I'm like, I completely understand why you hate this so much.
Yeah.
I don't hate sour cream. I will eat it, but I would prefer it without. So I'm not like super like, oh my god, I hate it. But yeah.
If you feel good about what you ate, it's not good for you. Fair. I was really enjoying. It's like I was really enjoying my dinner tonight, and then I was like, man, this must be the worst.
Oh my
I just
God.
imagine-
Don't attack my boba diet.
I just
Carry out
imagine
versus
Luke-
grab and go.
Luke is just eating his food, just crying. He's just weeping while he's eating his Chipotle. He's
He's
"But I'm
weeping
gonna
and
look
caressing
so
his
good."
massive pecs.
He's like, I can't reach the spoon because I don't
'Cause
have
my
flexibility
biceps are
because
too
my
large.
biceps. Oh, Luke, I love you.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Carry
Sorry.
out versus grab and go. I think are those not the same? I think like fast food versus grab and go is very much an argument that's worth having. I feel
Isn't it
attacked.
all the
I'm sorry,
same?
Luke. See, I feel like grab and go is different from fast food because grab and go, you have to like go there and have them make it.
Like
But
Chipotle
fast
grab and
food,
go.
you have to, like, wait
Chipotle,
for them to make it.
sometimes, but a lot of times they just like have it.
Like like McDonald's,
that's
your
true.
burger is sitting in a little drawer, and they pull the drawer out and they take the burger
That's true.
off.
That's true.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's
why
not the
I
same.
always customize my sandwiches. Even if I did want, like, usually I don't get ketchup on things. No ketchup, because then I know I'm getting a fresh one.
Or like no salt on your fries, I've heard is a good one.
Mm-hmm. So
Mexican is only good if they make it hot on the spot.
Yep.
For you.
Also,
Where they like cut up the meat and cook it before your very eyes.
size right now, everything is grab and go.
yeah.
That's
You can't
that's
sit
true.
anywhere.
Yep.
That's
I'm actually
true.
not mad about that. I don't really eat out anyways. I like always get things to go because I prefer to eat from the comfort of my own home
Yep.
so I can binge watch a Netflix
Hands
show while I eat.
down. I was thinking about this today. I can't think of the last time I ate something and was not in front of like a screen watching
Oh
something.
yeah, me.
Because
me.
like my wife and I will sit there and we'll watch, like, we went through a phase where for like 3 weeks every meal we watched a different Binging with Babish episode.
Oh my god.
Because they're like 10 minutes, and sometimes, you know, dinner
Yeah, that's
oftentimes
great.
doesn't need 10 minutes. And then we could talk about the food. Because when you watch Binging with Babish, you just get really hungry. So to solve that, you only watch them
eat.
while you're eating.
Yeah. I made the mistake of getting into ASMR eating shows. And I started watching them at like midnight or later. And I was very, very sad for 2
You're gonna have to
months.
send me some
Okay,
of these,
like,
because I'm
what-
like,
What kind of ASMR? Like the like really like awkward, really weird ones where it's like someone eating like an entire
It's just
like
eating and like
crawfish
chewing
boil.
sounds. Yeah, I enjoy those.
What about the like girl? Have you seen all the like YouTube drama around the girl that like tortures the animals as she's eating them? Like she like takes
the Korean
head.
girl who eats them
Yeah.
live?
Yeah.
I have not seen the drama around it, but I've seen some of her things. And it's very interesting. And also, I think it's like a cultural thing because Korea does not care about animals as, like, especially like seafood and stuff. But I've definitely watched her like eat octopus live and like cut it up on the spot. And I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's
Like,
a little bit much.
Yeah, it was. And then I think like there was one where she like ate a squid alive and it got stuck. I don't know. It was very interesting. And I was
that's
just
the one
like,
where it like latched onto her face. I think I saw
yeah,
that.
or like they like chew the, I don't know, they chew the head first. I don't know. It was really weird, and I was like, okay, I don't enjoy this, but I like the ones where they do the crawfish boil. So it's like boiling crab, which I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's basically
Boiling
like a
crab?
crawfish boil. They like have crab, crawfish, sausages, corn, and they like cook it up in this like really great buttery, spicy thing. There are people on YouTube who eat things like that. I enjoy
Viet
this.
Cage. So we went to, was it Houston? Whenever Moon was like, we got to get Viet Cajun food in Houston.
Oh, I
I'm
think
like,
so.
"Nice."
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in Houston, and I had never even heard of Viet Cajun, and he was like all about Viet Cajun. So PC load letter, no clue what it is still to this day. I kept asking him, what is it? And he said,
He said,
"You'll
just trust me.
Just trust me. Just experience it."
Just trust me.
I'm like,
I
this
was
is the
like,
first time I'm
listen,
hanging out with you, but all right.
The last
Oh my
time
God.
I said, because quick story, a buddy of ours, our old boss, said, we're going to take you. Apiary, thank you for the 111
Hi, Gas.
person
Hello.
raid. Apiary loves you.
Oh,
Finally.
she's finally accepting your friendship.
Thank you, Apiary, so much. Apiary, I'm going to be dyeing my hair soon on stream, so I'm going to hit you up for that.
What about Osiris? There's no love for Osiris.
No love for me.
JK
It's okay.
So, but JK nerd, I love it. But he said, I'm gonna take you out to this lunch place. It's great. It's this Jamaican place, and it's fantastic.
Taste of the islands.
Oh my God, I've never had the word. That still is one of the worst meals I've ever had, and then I had to go back and work for 4 hours, like
Oh my
while
God.
intermittently like throwing up my lunch. It was bad.
Oh no. Well, so yeah, Boiling Crab is like this place where they do, I think PC low letters crawfish boil with more spices. It's really good and really buttery and like it's just great. And I really like seafood, so I like to watch people eat seafood because I wish I was them eating seafood in countries where seafood is a lot cheaper.
It's
And
true.
fresher.
Seafood is
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
I know, like my dad pays a lot of money to have like Alaskan salmon that's been flash frozen shipped
Oh my God.
directly to him so he can have Alaskan salmon, because if he gets Atlantic salmon, it's not good enough. Doesn't
wait,
taste good.
why does your dad, how did he become so picky about his salmon?
He spent like 3 weeks in Alaska, and that's about it.
Oh my God,
Lunar
that
love,
is
lunar
too
love,
funny.
lunar love.
Nine Walker, thank you for the subscription. You have some amazing emojis, by the way.
Emotes.
Thank you.
Emotes,
Twitch.
I
whatever.
found them. I
Whatever,
found them, the artist on Fiverr. I stalked her Instagram and I was like, hello, your art is really cute. Please make me emotes. And she was like, okay. And it's probably the best decision I've ever made.
I mean, especially right now, man. Fiverr's probably going crazy. It's popping off. I'm sure people are
Oh yeah.
making
make
Like
tons of money.
WeWorks is dead. Fiverr is on the rise.
I'm gonna make a rival company called Forer.
that doesn't
a
have the
lot
same ring
cheaper.
to it.
Hey, doesn't have to sound good. It just has to save you money.
You gotta get in the YouTube community and get every different like niche to make a video of, I bought all these artists on Forer to do this for me, and this is how it came out.
Oh my God.
I've seen so many of those videos of like people doing stream overlays, people doing like
Yes.
photo editing, people doing like music production.
People do a lot on Fiverr, and it's like a lot of people are in like third world countries, and their services are ridiculously scarily cheap.
Yeah.
I bet.
Like you can tell when someone is like from America versus someone is not, because they're just not used to the same kind of wages.
Luke, thank you for getting my reference, by the way. So, but other than that, if you guys have any more questions, let us know. You want to have us argue about food?
I could talk about food all day.
Oh, me too. I'm really hungry right now. Like I may have pulled
I'm
up,
also very hungry right now.
I may have pulled up DoorDash and I'm like,
Okay, wait. Favorite taco meat?
Steak, like actual steak, not beef, like steak.
Like asada.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's hard. I'll say like good lingua.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to go with good lingua. Good lingua over good asada. But asada on average is better than lingua, I think.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
It's
Yeah.
easier to
It's easier
to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, lingua's really good, but it's really hard to do. Like I had some pretty bad lingua.
There was
But
that
it's like
taco
here.
truck in Oklahoma though.
And
that
like
had
doesn't
good
really
lingua.
go down. That I'm like, oh God, this is not what lingua is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Someone asked best barbecue in Texas. I'm gonna say that place in Austin, but I'm not a big barbecue fan.
Yeah, dude. So there's a couple places in Austin.
The world famous ones in Austin. That's the one you have to show up at like 9 a.m.
Yeah, they're open. The
bang.
meme is they're open like 9 days a week or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. It's in Lockhart, Texas.
Mhm.
It's not Lockhart Barbecue, but it's in Lockhart, Texas. It's really good. I've been there. Black's Barbecue. That's what it's called. Black's
Yeah.
Barbecue. It's really good.
Barbecue spaghetti.
Heart 8 here in Dallas is pretty good.
Mhm. There's that
I'm
place
actually not a
over.
fan of barbecue. I just like to put barbecue sauce in my
Ah.
spaghetti.
That's still fucking weird.
Favorite sushi roll,
Great
spicy
stream. Off to
salmon.
bed.
Oh my
Thanks a
God.
lot,
Okay.
Minterly.
I don't think sushi rolls are real sushi. Am I gonna get hate for that? Like
Is
I
it
only
good?
like to
You're a-
eat my sushi as sashimi or nigiri.
That's totally fine. That is your opinion.
TFF Cypher, thank you for the $10. You have a fantastic night.
I am getting hungry.
Whoa.
See, I like the roll. I just like food. So I'm like, if you're gonna hand it to me in whatever way,
What is your
I'll eat
favorite
it.
fish for sushi?
Salmon.
I'm assuming salmon. Okay,
Salmon.
I'm okay with that.
Salmon.
Salmon is the best.
Close by tuna.
But salmon is like a little buttery. Like good salmon is like a little more buttery.
Yeah.
It has like a really great texture. So
It does.
Tuna's good. I really like eel as well.
Oh yes, a good
Yeah,
unagi bowl
yeah.
is really, really, really good.
I like white tuna as well. Like I know it's not as flavorful, but I feel like the texture is just really, really good. Best key set you own? What does that mean? Like your favorite
key
own?
set. What's your favorite key
Camping.
set you own? Camping?
Camping, hands down. Not even close.
I'll say Hyperfuse Origins because I've had it the longest.
Can I say Bliss? Because
Yep.
Sure, yeah, sure.
Because somebody on my Instagram was like, "Do you like Bliss better or Olivia?" And I'm like, I did design one of them. Like I can't be impartial in this case. There's nothing wrong with Olivia. I'm just like, I did design one of them, so.
Bantership, we do both like nines quite a bit, but it is.
They used to love nines.
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
no.
I really like nines. It's sitting on the board that's right there that you can't see because it's nines, and so it's not going to reflect any color. But
it's right here.
Whoa.
It's a great keycap set. It's just not my favorite because I love it because it's basic.
Is that erect?
It is erect. That sounds so bad.
I'm glad that I was not a part of that conversation, but please somebody clip that so I can watch it 1,000 times.
I was like, wait,
oh
rose gold 1800. It has to be the erect.
10 strong. How about Boneyard? What about Boneyard? You too? Come on.
Boneyard. That's the OG now.
Yep.
No one has the Boneyard kit, so. Cool.
I actually really like nines. One of my coworkers bought it, and the colors are quite nice.
It's good. It's clean.
Our clips number just jumped up from 2 to 6 after that.
Oh,
no.
But yeah, I think camping. I think modern.
Is there an essay camping?
There is. So essay camping.
Do you prefer the GMK or the essay?
I don't have essay. I would love essay, but it's going to be impossible. They're like, they said like, oh, we're never going to run it in essay again. So my hope is that they'll run it in cat.
Oh my god, I would be so down for cat.
Cat camping would be awesome.
But essay camping, I'm like, that's like, you're talking $600. Wild versus camping hands down.
What is wild?
Honestly, wild is like the same. It's very similar to camping in regards to like theme, but it's not.
Is it a GMK set?
It is GMK, and like the enters, the novelties are very similar, but the colors are off.
Okay, I need to compare this.
Yeah, essay camping is like really hard to find. I would love to find it, but I'm happy with my GMK. Because my worry is that I would spend a bunch of money on essay camping just to like never touch it.
Because you don't want to shine it?
Well, it'd already be shined, but I like it looks too well. And like essay is great, but I already have like my essay grail set coming. So
which is
Godspeed.
Oh yeah. Godspeed is very nice. I see the differences. I don't know which one I would like. I'd probably need to see them in person because the colors are like very similar.
Yeah.
And as we had a lengthy conversation about how colors are just not your friend.
Camping is actually kind of annoying to find a board for because you can't go true white because it's like
a slightly off white.
It's a very warm white, so you have to find something different for it. So I have like no plans at this time to have camping on anything. Well, I'm gonna see if I like it on the Singa, but I also like boards that are not 60% to hold artisans, and camping is a very green and red, so anything that's not green and red would look goofy. So like Modern Dolce, I'm like, oh, it's because there's just a lot more gray to it. I can put whatever artisan on it and it won't look as goofy. So
Yeah, you probably need like better color matched artisans.
and
'Cause I
it's
feel like
hard-
even a
it's hard to
bright
do.
red artisan would not.
And all the camping artisans that I see, I just have not been a fan of. Like the
Mm.
only one that I really liked was the bowl, the
Oh, by Arkeys?
art key, but I didn't get in on it. I couldn't. I missed because there's probably
It's
like
the
a
window.
What is your
bajillion.
favorite artisan maker? I know you guys probably
CYO.
talk about this.
CYO.
Ah. You guys had him on
CYO.
your-
Well, okay. It's hard to say. I'm gonna say my two favorite sculpts
Okay.
because
Okay, well, how about
He-
top 3 artisan makers? And
artisan
you
makers.
can choose sculpts. Yeah.
So CYO, the CYO bear is my favorite.
Oh yes, I love that.
The ambassador. The Prime Caps Lerv is easily number 2. Those frequently, but the Lerv's like not really coming back, so that's why I like the bear. And number 3 is probably I really liked oh my god, I'm going blank on their name. I just talked to them last night. They did the like octopus
Archetype?
archetype. Yeah.
Do you like the octopus or the golem thing better?
I like both, but I would personally like the golem more for what I like, but I appreciate the octopus so much because it's so detailed.
For me, number 1, Death Caps, Bad Luck. I just love the Bad Luck caps. Number 2 is gonna be CYO Caps, Yeti Owl. I love.
Oh, I have
Yeti
one of
Owl.
those. They're so cute. Yes, yes.
And then 3, three's hard.
Okay, if 3 is hard for you, you don't have a lot of artisans, I'm assuming.
I
Or
don't,
do you?
but it's more of like there's a lot of things that could fit into 3.
Ah, okay.
Right?
What would they
Like,
be then?
it could be
I
like
just love all artisans, so.
Fugus, Kiporas. It could be Hello Caps. I'm starting to really like.
Oh my god, I love his stuff.
The
I do like
Lividity.
His one coming out tomorrow. I want it so bad.
The Lividity
The purple
Caps.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you saw the monochrome ones that he's doing. I'm like, I want one of those.
Yes, I follow them. I see their stuff.
And
I'm not a big fan of the like demon-y skull theme, which is good because a lot of artisans go that route of like demons and skulls and stuff. I do really like Tiny's penguin.
Oh,
Tiny's
the tux.
penguin is
Yes.
adorable.
I think Tiny makes very. Have you guys seen her marshmallow collab cap?
Yes.
It's just squishy and blobby with a little bow on it. I
It's
think
just
that's adorable.
yeah, so.
uh,
Man, and then you got to throw in like shishis are in there too. Like,
yes.
it's hard.
She's a cool.
There are just a lot of good artisan makers now.
I got my wife into artisans now.
Oh, no.
So she got the Door Factory succulents that are
I
out.
saw those.
She
They're
got 2 of
so
those.
Nice.
I'm gonna I told Osiris this and I told Langlandia this. I'm gonna abuse every power that I
platform.
have to try and find if you have one of the fluffy unicorn caps that Door Factory made, like literally, or you ordered one or you ordered a few, or Door Factory.
What is a fluffy uniform?
It's the most adorable cap, and I need it. I absolutely.
Oh my god.
I cannot
When did
tell
they
you,
run this?
right? Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna
Wait,
say it wasn't
how
that
did
long ago.
we not know about this?
It was on drop, and because drop
I
doesn't
I put it in chat. If someone ordered it, someone doesn't want it anymore, please message
They're
Chewy.
so cute.
they like I can't
I'm
tell
so
you.
mad.
I cannot tell you how much I need that cap.
Oh my god, if anyone is wondering what they're talking about. Oh, you guys already posted. It's so cute.
My wife got the 2 terrarium one, or 2 of the 2 terrarium ones. There's like 6 running right now.
I'm kind
but-
of mad that I don't follow the drop
Right?
newsletter now.
It's just I literally I was like, it killed me. It crushed me when I saw it and I saw that it existed. And I'm like, how did I not see this and show my wife this?
All right. Time to
So,
exercise some
Sai,
powers
if you
of
want
connections.
it, PM me. I'm on Discord, right there.
I am
And we can talk.
legitly.
If you're like, I don't really want it, or like,
I'm gonna
let's
message
talk.
them and be like, "Hello, would you guys happen to have any extras, please? And thank you."
You should start a service
Have
called
mercy
Foyer
on
Or
my.
and
make
pay
you
someone to
fluffy.
make you a fluffy. That's awesome.
They will have extras. Tommy
Oh,
Hahn. I just need to PM them directly.
They will
but
have extra after group buy-in.
Yeah.
I need them. I need it. Just any of them, preferably not the orange one, but like any
The
of them would be
purple
good.
one is
Yeah, they're all amazing.
probably the one that I would want, but they're all so cute.
They're amazing. So I just scored 2 desert ones last week. The orange fluffy. I mean, if
Dessert
you-
ones.
Oh, dessert. I can't read.
Reading is hard. It's okay.
Reading's difficult.
What is the dessert?
Oh, the like waffle. It was
Mhm.
like waffle and a cupcake. Door
Oh,
Factory
yeah.
spits out fire.
Door Factory like lives on drop. They're like only there. I feel like.
Which is, I mean, it's smart.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's like the most exposure.
Yep, definitely.
Nice
Oh,
job.
I see these dessert ones.
You know another sculpt I love?
I'm so glad I don't follow them.
The Little
or else I
Pilot.
would be so bored right now.
The
Oh,
little pilot. What
Yeah,
is the
dude.
little pilot? Which one is that?
I think I know what you're talking about. But I'm just gonna
Welcome
search
to
it up
Mex
to
on
check.
Deck. You're gonna watch us Google
Think
things
that's what it's called?
without being able to see it. And while a guy with long hair and a beard begs you for a keycap that has a unicorn in it.
Little-
Oh god, I googled Little Pilot Artisan Sculpt and I got some very interesting Google results. I would not recommend.
So, real quick, while they're doing this, quick shout to our sponsors.
That
So
Little
you can
Pilot.
go to mexondeck.dixiemec.com, pick up GMK Nautilus, only running. If you have not gotten it, you've only got like 12 hours to get in on it. And then starting in May, GMK is going to be coming out.
It last
It's going to
pilot.
be coming
That's
out
right.
in May, so be sure to look out for that. Zap Cables makes the best cables in the business, so be sure to pick up a. He's also got awesome desk mats as well. Project Keyboards, GMK Masterpiece is coming out in 2 days. Be sure to check that out. Use that link if you're going to get it. Definitely helps out the channel. Switchmod.net/mexondeck. 4% off of lube and springs does not count towards
Ooh.
group buys. But you can pick up GMK Frost Witch. Join the Type Beast newsletter. He has some amazing stuff on his newsletter. Canon keys. Got the last couple days for GMK Noel. I think that's going to be a banger set. And last but not least, go pick up a Rukia. Rukia is a very amazing and awesome high-end Alice style acrylic PCB. So be sure to check that out.
It was Brocap's last pilot. I was totally wrong.
Oh yes. Okay. Yes. Okay, now I do know what you're talking about.
Yes.
These are
those
pretty cool. These are also really expensive.
They are very expensive.
Very, very expensive.
Even at retail, they're very expensive.
Yes. And then aftermarket, they're just like not even worth considering.
Not even attainable. But
Yeah, I think I've seen
you can always
Brocaps
try.
go for like easily 1,000.
You have expensive tastes, sir.
you know, you're not wrong. It's
So-
unfortunate.
Well, Minterly, I want to say thank you. One, you were very flexible with your schedule because this was actually pushed up like 3 weeks. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I
for
mean,
that.
I don't really have things. I probably would have been lubing today anyways, so I don't have a lot of builds.
What do you
backed up
have
or
left to
anything.
lube?
Yeah, I know. 24-hour stream, man. Come on.
Now I have the Zycos to build. I wanted to redo my tofu and my clippa because I got some foam from MK Ultra to try for my iron. I wanted to compare, not like directly because I can't stick the 65 foam into the 60, but just like do a squish test and stuff.
Mhm.
And I need to rebuild those boards, so I need to put something into my tofu because I actually got the tofu just to show off the palm caps that I got, and I never fully actually completed the build, and the switches are not soldered in, and it was just put together for photos. Which I do a lot, so I need to rebuild that with like an underglow PCB so that the RGB actually shows up. So I have like some stuff, but yeah, I need to prepare some switches for future builds so that I do not spend 7 hours on a build.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, guys, I'm going to hit exclamation point guest, please go follow Minterly on her Twitch channel. It is right there in the chat. What times do you stream typically, other than 24 hours every single weekend?
Mondays and Wednesdays in the evening, and probably too late for a lot of people. Because I stream on Pacific time, like usually 7, because I have work and dogs and gotta take care of them. And then I'm thinking of adding in like a Saturday morning stream, but I haven't decided on that yet.
Nice.
Mostly to catch like EU people, because I had some people roasting me that the 24-hour stream was going to be the only EU friendly stream I ever have.
Oof.
I'm like, so sad. Yeah,
Same.
thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, it's been a lot
Really
of fun.
appreciate you guys asking me.
Absolutely, absolutely. We felt like it was worth it to have you come back on since so much has changed since you came on last time.
Yeah, definitely.
You are hands down the one that has changed the most, because you went from I designed a keycap and I don't want to be on camera to now I'm doing 24-hour streams on Twitch. So,
and I'm a vendor, and I've made run 2 key sets and completely been the vendor for another one. So
yeah,
big changes.
Yeah, like life happens, and we also got hit by a pandemic, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, this time last year we were not quarantined.
Yeah.
So
this time last year, I'm pretty sure if you had told people that we would be quarantined and not be able to hang out with people for over 2 months, I think they'd be like, haha, good joke.
Nice.
That's like the plot of a new like movie or something. But here we are.
All right, I think we're going to get this raid set up for Mr. IMEURU next week. We will have our normal Monday stream, more announcements, probably our last bit of announcements for the 24-hour stream on that Monday next week.
Are you guys gonna like take some days off tomorrow, or just have 2 days to prepare for your 24-hour?
No, 24 hours next week.
On the 9th, right?
Yeah.
So are you going to take any days off next week, or just do normal schedule and then
normal schedule next week? I will probably wind up taking at least 1 day off the week after.
Yeah, week after makes sense.
Honestly, it just depends on how we feel.
I took Monday off because I was like, there's no way I'm going to.
It's not like we have like neither of us are working currently. So it's like we can catch up pretty easily, and 8 p.m. is not that for us. Is not that crazy of a time for us to be like alive.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what time to what time are you doing?
Noon
yours?
to noon.
Okay,
so we done smart. Noon Sunday. I don't know if we'll have it. It's most likely we will not have a Tuesday build.
Yeah, more often. That's the one that's going to be harder to fill, because we're going to be using some of our planned builds for the 24-hour stream. So it might be a short, like dull, like. So hey,
we're alive.
We're here. But also it just depends on like, do we want to get our shit set up? Because that's the other thing.
Yeah, I got to basically take my entire office desk area over to Chewy's place.
Yeah, it took me like 2 days to clean up my room from the aftermath. That was the build that I did. So I can imagine taking down your entire stream. That's impressive.
So we'll be playing that one by ear. But yeah, so next week, normal stream. We have the what are you building next week, Osiris?
Oh, I am building a prototype of the second round of the Austin. So prototype V2.
Round 2 already?
Yeah, round 2 already. So the prototypes are in. I'm actually meeting up with Drifting Bunnies this weekend to pick that up, and it'll be with some creams, I believe. So lube creams and an Austin V2 proto.
Yep. And then, as well as next Wednesday, we'll have Vox Key and Mr. Luke Barron to come on to chat about the Iron 180, as well as the Iron 165 is being shipped very soon.
Yes.
So,
I am waiting on that.
Very excited.
Very, very excited for that. We're going to be streaming Mr. I Am Me, You Are You. What should we say? What do we say? Minterly, what are we going to say?
I don't know. What is he
Ooh,
doing?
never mind. I got it.
All right.
Barbecue spaghetti.
Barbecue spaghetti. He's
You
gonna
mean Barbagetti?
Barbagetti.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, barbagetti.
That's what my chat named it.
I still
So is
can't
that-
believe
it's-
that's the thing.
So it's BARBAGHETTI.
I think so. It's pretty good.
Hey, I did this and I didn't lock myself out of my computer this time.
Way to go, Chu.
It's the little
Congratulations.
things. It's the little things. Thank you guys. If you want to come hang out with us as well, join our Discord. And thank you, Minterly. And as always, buy a Switch tester.